All right, how are we doing, everyone? I hope everything is working good. I know I go over this whole thing every time I start streaming, but I like to make sure everything's working. If you hear my multiple fans behind me, I do apologize for that. It is like 90 something degrees, so it's a bit hot out right now. So I do apologize. Hopefully, I have actual filters on my mic to try to cancel that background noise out, unlike Phil. So hopefully it doesn't pick it up. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's picking it up, so that's good. All right. Let's get started in no particular order because I got quite a bit of stuff I do need to go
Raise
over.
money.
Oops. I do need to go over. I am quite a bit behind, as you might be able to see here. And there's even more after that. So there's no real particular order. Like I said, I didn't really bother to put these in any kind of order. I hope everyone's week has been going good. I hope everyone is staying cool because I know the majority of the US is going through some kind of like freak heat wave type thing, style thing. No, it's kind of hot out right now. It's Phil's day off, so I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow and all this bullshit about, oh, he was so busy, he had to do this and bullshit. Anyway, let's get started.
In order to save my ass from these state taxes out of nowhere that came up out of nowhere. So people come out, we're supportive of Phil, let's cheer, let's help, let's tip. They do it, great. Now I'll get past the state taxes, but now federal tax. Oh, now you owe more because you made more money.
I need to get warm.
How do I get warm? I don't see anywhere to get warm. What the fuck's he talking about?
Find the nearest warm body and embrace it, Phil.
Anywhere. I don't see the shower. We can't get to the shower.
You have towels there. Couldn't you just put a bunch of towels on?
What the fuck am I missing?
To be honest, though, I know nothing about this game. Absolutely nothing. I know it's a horror game. That's all I know. And I know that might be one of the future clips. I don't know if I actually pulled that one up or not, where like he was a very dismal premiere stream that he had of this game. Excuse me. Like I know he didn't make a whole lot of money on this game. I don't even know if he's done playing it or not, because I know it's not that long of a game either.
How the fuck do I get warm?
Well, there's a bunch of towels. I don't know how this game works, though.
I need to get warm. Can't interact with anything to get warm. Okay, how the fuck do I do that? There's literally no heaters. There's nothing to warm you. What the fuck are you talking about? In here, look.
Gloves?
Keys, but they won't let me grab the keys.
There's a jacket right there.
What do fucking do? I have no fucking clue what they're expecting me to do right now. All it's here is a fucking poem. A fucking poem. This doesn't get me warm.
Use the poem to warm up.
Oh my god, oh my god. They hid it behind the wall on purpose to be
That
dicks.
was not hidden. That was not that hidden.
You off.
Oh my
that was a dick move to put it like that. Oh my god, the common intelligence level of the common gamer. Oh my god. All right, I'm going to stretch a bit before we resume, guys. Thank you all for chilling with me here today.
You
if you are
stretch,
enjoying
guys.
the stream, if you could support it in some way, I would greatly appreciate it. Whether that be
don't
a super
forget
chat,
to support.
a membership, or a tip. We have no memberships today.
Me.
We have $9 super chats from the pre-stream, and we have $20 in tips. My goal is to hit $50 by the end of the stream. It'd be great if we could do that. Thanks in advance.
My goal is $1,000 per stream. Ew. That's disgusting. Really? Really? How old are you?
I'm at a point where like I'm a very, very busy, hardworking professional. Look at how much time I have to put into my streams in order to make ends
So much
meet.
time.
And I will not let you drag those girls down. You sort this.
Yeah, well, you're the one who married the dunce, you fucking idiot.
Sort this or I'll leave you.
Now, you know, it is true. Once you get older and you become responsible and you get married and you have a family, things change. Like for example.
Oh yes, sir, Phil. Tell us how more mature you are now and how things have changed because you've gotten older and more mature. Just because you get older doesn't mean you're gonna get mature. That's not how that works. And I don't think you, of all people, will ever be mature because you can't ever put yourself over anyone, or you can't put anyone else over yourself, like ever. So I don't think you, of all people,
Before we
should
continue
be
with
saying
this
this.
dialogue, when I was younger,
Oh
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
Like completely egocentric, 100%.
Yeah, it's just all about him. That's the whole thing. And he always like finds like whenever he's wanting to talk about anything, he always like loops it around to like make it relevant for himself. Which in a way is kind of it might not totally be a narcissistic thing. It's possible it's like an autism thing, right? Because I know that people with autism sometimes will like if they're in a conversation with someone and someone's like, oh, my aunt's dying or something like that, something like big and heavy or whatever, and like someone with autism or on the spectrum or something might be like, well, that's awful, like that reminds me of the time like my grandma dies, because you're trying to like show that you can relate to how someone else is feeling. So it's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like that reminds me of the time so and so like I struggled with similar feelings, because I'm trying to show that I can relate to how you're feeling, kind of thing, you know? So I guess I can get that or see that. But he's probably for Phil more of a narcissistic thing, because everything always has to be about him. Hey JDX, how you doing?
Me. Lou Dace did a super chat. Are you aware Elden Ring DLC in 18 hours? No, I'm not here tomorrow. Thursday's my day off. Elden Ring DLC was supposed to come out Friday. If it's coming out earlier, there's not much I can do about that. I need a day off to do all my shit, so you gotta wait till
All
Friday.
his stuff.
Just because they decided to release it early, supposedly, is what you're saying.
All
It doesn't
his
affect
shit.
me. Okay?
And then I never play it again, and I don't do the DLC. Then I don't have to hear any of the bitching, right? I'll never have to hear the bitching. Or people could grow the fuck up and stop bitching every 5 seconds. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be I play the game?
You
or
gotta
I
be
delete
more
it
specific
permanently
than
and
that,
we don't ever play it
JDX.
ever
There's a
again,
bunch of them.
right? Because I'm already pissed about it. I'm not having a good day.
Oh,
Everyone shut
Was
the
it-
fuck up in chat who's being negative and stupid.
was it something recent? If you can give me a clip or a link to something, I can check it out.
Stupid.
Like, whoa.
I don't usually react to
Whoa, whoa,
LTG
whoa.
that much.
Really, I mean it. Like, you guys
I don't
are
know a
just fucking
whole lot
so
about 'em.
toxic sometimes. Seriously. Oh, it's actually coming out tomorrow, and now you're gonna miss it, and then you're gonna lose all the engagement. No, I'm not gonna lose anything. But we're hoping that it will still process either today or tomorrow, and you'll get it on Thursday. If not,
Oh, I remember that,
according
yeah.
to our system,
He was bitching,
you should get it
complaining
on
because his
Monday.
PS5
All
was
right.
arriving
Now,
late.
I explained to them the situation. I said, you have to understand, I'm a live streamer, and
No one
I am
cares,
now
Phil.
gonna potentially
Hey, Mint,
lose
how you
out
doing?
on an entire weekend of coverage of the PlayStation 5.
I don't know about the
People
spray
are telling
thing.
me
I'm
that
not
if I
spraying
don't cover it
anything.
on launch day, they're going to go elsewhere to watch other people cover it. That is a giant blow for my business. We're talking potentially losing thousands of views and potentially losing lots of money. All right, just being honest. You guys.
All right, let me check it out. Hold on. TTS salt? If I even know how to spell salt. No, these are from a year ago. 2 months, 1 year. This is something that's probably happened recently. I'm not spraying or spraying anything, I can tell you that. Rage is okay, here it is. Rage is a TTS donation, huh? Alright, I guess we can watch this really quick. It's only 3 minutes long, so. This is Tekken, right? Yeah, it's Tekken.
People usually buy a house with their spouse, but you were going to buy one with your buddy, Ferris. You don't have the credit score or the debt-to-income ratio to buy
Oh
a
my
home loan.
God! Shut the fuck up, you broke ass nigga! God damn, you niggas don't know shit about me. Why the fuck would I buy a crib with a nigga? The fuck are these niggas talking about?
Oh, that voice crack. You gotta love that voice crack, too. Is that what's going on his camera? He punched his camera or something, and that's why it's frozen? It's been really hot. Today, like, what was it? It's been around 90s, like low 90s today. It's I hate it. So yeah, he must have like accidentally punched his camera or something. Not accidentally, but he probably
I'm in
punched
the
his
high
camera.
sevens, you broke ass niggas. The fuck off my motherfucking dick.
So it like became known that he was looking for a
Gonna
house
say
or
something to me and you're a non-sub with bits. Now it's 300. It's 100 for anybody that is a sub. It's 300 for broke niggas. It's like these niggas want to be in my business so bad. Like, you don't know what I'm doing in real life. You don't know what I got going on. You don't know a motherfucking thing about me, bruh. Shut the fuck up with that lame ass shit. These broke ass niggas are so concerned with my stages in life and shit like that. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Broke ass nigga, worry about your fucking garbage ass, whack ass W2 ass life.
Oh, that sounds familiar, right? Oh, I'm not a sucker. Only a sucker has a 9-to-5 job, though, huh?
Every fucking goddamn stream, bro.
Oh, with 2 other guys. I mean, that's the housing market nowadays, you know?
That's no disrespect to my W2 niggas in here. I'm talking about them.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he has to backpedal a little bit. He has to backtrack a little bit. Oh, no disrespect to people who have to actually work a real job. I mean, it's just this particular bastard.
W2 niggas. I can't even depend on them. When,
We all know you moving with DT in the new crib. Stop crying.
when I need to cut a week in advance. Let's go ahead and block this nigga. Get the fuck off my fucking Instagram, you worthless nigga.
We all know you moving with DT in the new crib.
Oh my god, shut your pussy ass up, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I'd be crying over that. That nigga really paid 300 for that. Thank you for the 300. I would never move with a nigga in a house, you broke ass nigga. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to figure out where I'm gonna move secretly and what I'm doing next. You see what the fuck these broke ass niggas are doing?
And just because they're trolling him, they instantly have to be broke, right? They instantly have to be poorer than him. Because he's doing so well.
They trying to say shit so I can respond so they know my next move and be in my business.
But he's too smart for that shit.
What type of nigga, what type of boss nigga would I be to move in with, to whatever the fuck you niggas think I'm doing with a whole nother nigga? The fuck? Shut the fuck up, you broke ass nigga.
That's
Nigga
a lot
have
of
big bags,
N-words.
Now the focus is where, oh my god, we gotta figure out, like, if low tier god's moving, when low tier god's moving, oh fuck, we gotta figure, shut the fuck up. Broke ass nigga, why don't you figure out when the fuck you're moving, nigga?
Well, that was something. Definitely rage. Alright, back to this one. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with moving in with some roommates in a house or even an apartment or something like that. With the way rent is and how much the housing market is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with moving in with roommates at all. I've been to a few Pride events, like more just local Pride parades. I don't live in New York City, so it's not anything super fun like that.
We're geared up and ready to watch me cover the launch of the PlayStation 5. And this is now potentially going to hurt my business in a very, very big way. Because people are now going to say, well, If Phil doesn't get this on launch day, I'm gonna go watch someone else, right? Let's be honest here. I'm not a desperate view whore who has to rush to play something.
Yes,
the moment
you
it
are,
releases.
Phil.
You understand that, right?
Phil,
I'm not
come
fighting anyone
on.
for
Fill up. You're all about day one views. Even today, you're still about fucking day one views. What are you fucking talking about?
day one views. I'm not. I play it and people will watch it because they like watching me play Elden Ring. They like seeing me overcome adversity. They like seeing me
I mean, I know how Kat is bigger, but I haven't heard anything about her not being able to make it upstairs.
rage at the struggles. It's like saying, so I need to just play it nonstop for 4 days.
Well, I mean, with the way, like, all those, like, random, like, almost sexual, like, erotic role plays that Dale goes on, where it's like, oh, and me and my crew are gonna come up and all the magic wand and all this other crazy stuff that he talks about. Like, that's some repressed shit, sexual shit. And again, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. But that's like a lot of, I think he's dealing with a lot of repression there. You know what I mean? Like, he's hiding it from himself. He won't allow himself to realize that or something. I'm not quite sure, but
Days and beat it right away because I'm the first person to do it.
you wouldn't
Dude,
talk
that
about it
went
that
10
much if
years
it
ago.
isn't like something
More
you
than
might
10
be
years
into
ago.
or something, you know?
Ugh. What's hilarious is that someone named False Theory has been complaining all day that tonight I'm not playing this again, that I'm playing Street Fighter. He's literally complaining the entire stream. He's like, well, then don't complain about low views and support. You do see that today I only raised 55.
Yeah, I think both him and, well, see, the thing is, I don't think anyone's like 100% straight or 100% gay. I think it's more of a spectrum. Like, when I see like a DSP, like, I think he's repressing some things because I really do think that he felt a certain way to John, and John probably didn't feel the same way back, right? Dale probably the same way. I think Dale would probably, I don't know as much about Dale as I do DSP though, but just from like the weird stories that he kind of went on, he might be like denying it to himself or whatever.
$5 in tips, right? You see that, right? Right? I'm not blind. So what are you talking about? In reality, we usually
Yeah,
get
I would
more
argue
support
that
for Street
DSP
Fighter
is
than we
more.
just got for the entire stream of Elden Ring.
DSP is like, again, he's not asexual because like I'm asexual technically, and I'm not afraid of like sexual stuff like he is. So like he is 100% insecure about his sexual inaccuracies, right? So I'm thinking if I had to put money on it, that DSP is probably in the closet, if not like has a leaning more towards gay than straight, right? And the fact that he feels inadequate in his performances, or he has erectile dysfunction or something like that, right? And the fact that maybe he and Kat did try to have sex before and that he couldn't satisfy her and they just stopped trying. And to the point where now it's like, because they don't have sex because he's inadequate, that like he's super weird about anything even remotely sexual related, right? But that's just my guess, my theory, right? I mean, why would I roleplay? Oh, you mean? No, not really. I mean, yeah, they both groomed younger underage girls because 100% Panda was underage
Ring today. I'm not
at the
kidding.
time
Usually
when
we
he
get way
first
more for
met
Street
her.
Fighter. So you have literally no point at all. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. What you're saying makes no sense at all. It's like saying things like midnight releases. There's no reason for me to ever do a midnight release. I'm not in any direct competition.
Man, I loved midnight releases too, especially like because like I buy games physically, so I miss the days where you can go to GameStop and they were having a midnight release physically, and you can go and you're waiting there with a bunch of people for the game to come out, especially if it's a bigger game like maybe a Pokemon game or some other bigger game. You just waiting there with a bunch of other people for it to strike midnight so they can actually start selling it. Those were always fun. We don't really roleplay that much, to be honest. So I don't know.
With anybody else. They're in competition with each other for the views, view whores out there. Got to play at the moment it releases. Not me. I'm in a different
DSP did or Dale did about The Walking Dead?
guy. I'm a different situation, and that's a good thing. That's a very good thing that I don't have to worry about that shit. Seriously. It's just this stupidity of people saying shit like that. Like, I was never going to get day one increased views regardless. I was never going to get that. And by the way, no,
and this is all cope. This is all cope because his premiere of this stream itself was so bad. Like when he first premiered this stream, and it just came out, he didn't get a whole lot of money at all for it. So he's coping.
Always coming out the 20th. That's also bullshit because some places don't get it until the 21st. That's a complete lie. It wasn't always coming out on the 20th. It was always coming out on the 21st. And then they released the release times for it this week, and it looks like it's weird staggering all over the world the way that they're doing it. Okay? So you can stop being toxic now in my chat. Really. Like, it's not appreciated. People being so dumb about it.
And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you actually...
Yeah, I know they have, like, those kind of services in Japan or whatever, or the host clubs or whatever. I'm like, I get it if you're, like, lonely and you can't find someone, I guess. But it's like, are their hearts really in it in terms of, like, you're meeting basically a stranger, not, like, a friend or anyone. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
You tried to make me look like that.
I'm glad you're enjoying this, Jade. Me too. I can't wait to
Because
see how it ends.
they're just there because you're paying them money to be there. They're not actually interested or talking to you or have anything really even in common with you.
I guess it certainly wasn't for a lot of people because, as you can see, our attendance today is low for a game that's new.
See, he's
It's
bitching and
super
complaining
low.
about
Support is super low. I don't know. The game is great.
the
game is
status
really
of
good
this
horror.
premiere
I like
stream.
it a lot. It's got psychological. It's got a lot of physical horror, body horror. It feels like a 1980s movie. The graphics are outstanding.
I mean, can you imagine how the right-wing evangelical right would react to that? They probably would be like, "Oh, this is prostitution." Blah 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 blah.
The problem is, I think people just want certain kinds of games now. It's sad. Like they just, if it doesn't have an insane amount of action, if it's not a fucking Resident Evil game, right, or a Silent Hill, oh, it sucks. It doesn't. It actually is a really good game, and I'm tired of the negativity of people shitting on games too that are actually quite good. This is a very good game, and that's sad. There's too much shit where you don't have confidence. Then don't write the story. Give it to someone who does have confidence.
How are we talking
Write
about
a fucking ending. Don't give it open-ended. Interpret it for yourself. It's well executed. For
Oh, is he? Oh, he must have been upset
I'm so tired of people
about
just
the
being
ending.
so toxic in chat for no fucking reason. It really pisses me off. Just shut the fuck up about it. Why you gotta be so toxic about everything? Just fucking relax. We already know the schedule. We already know what's going on, right? We talked about it.
Why is he being so? What's the word? Why is he being so defensive about not playing it tomorrow? If you don't want to play or today, because it would be today. So why is he being so defensive about not playing it today and waiting till tomorrow? Just say, hey, no, sorry, whatever. I'm gonna play it tomorrow. I'm not gonna play it today. I'm not gonna play it Thursday. I'm gonna play it Friday when I get back. Like, that's all you have to say. But he's acting super defensive about it.
Why all of a sudden would you come to the chat and start being toxic? Because, oh, you're not playing it tomorrow? No, it wasn't coming out tomorrow. It was always coming out Friday, and then with the worldwide releases, I think it's out like
I mean, that's fine, man. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying a lot of people would clutch their pearls and like overreact to something that isn't that big a deal in the first place.
either tomorrow, like late afternoon or early evening. So it's coming out a little early. It's certainly not coming out like super early or anything, but it's coming out like a little early. No, I'm not canceling the day off.
But there was that, I remember seeing like this information about this one lady online who like people paid her just to like cuddle or take naps with her or something like that. Like there was no sex intercourse whatsoever. It was just they came over with no expectations of sex or anything because she didn't do that. And she would just cuddle with them or sleep with them or something if they were lonely or something like that. So I don't know.
To be here to play it for the first few hours, there's no point. It doesn't matter when I play it. People want to see me play it because it's challenging, because of the difficulty factor, because you know I'm going to be overcoming. I've explained how I'm going to start with the magic build and change it up and try other weapons. I don't need to rush for the immediate
really
day one
thinks
use.
that
I would not
Elden
benefit
Ring
from it.
playthrough is going to
Literally,
save
if I was
his
the first
channel,
person on the
though?
planet to have the game and play it, it wouldn't help me.
It's not going to save
Because
his
I'm a
channel
different
at
guy.
all.
I'm not in competition with those view horror people.
I don't think
rushing
anything can
to
save
get it
his
right
channel,
away.
to be honest.
And they already have it. They've already had it for a fucking week.
Oh,
It's already
now
on the
we're
internet
bitching
right now.
about
No, it wasn't always scheduled for tomorrow. If you say it one more fucking time, I'm just going to ban you from chat and I'm never going to see you again and I'm not going to miss you. If you're going to be a fucking toxic contrarian, don't fucking talk. Seriously. Here's what you do. You sit in your room and you say it to yourself because you're the only fucking person who cares about your toxic contrarianism. No one wants to hear it.
Says the most contrarian motherfucker online right now. Like, this man is the definition of contrarianism.
Especially me, and I'm the streamer, and I have the power to get you off my stream. So
that's whatever little power you have.
Hilarious part. Phil bans everyone in chat who disagrees with him. I'm playing a video game right now. How do you think I'm magically banning everyone in chat? I'm playing a fucking video game, you idiot. Fucking toxic ass people, man. Unreal. And last time I will say it for the stream, at least for the game. Please, if you like the horror, please support it.
I'm not that good at dating kind of stuff, but I would say that for dating advice, I would say be yourself. Don't try to be anything other than who you are. Because you are you, and eventually if you're trying to like put on this facade or this fake persona that isn't you, eventually they're going to find out who the real you is. Just be yourself. Don't act like women owe you anything, because women do not owe you anything, just like guys don't owe women anything. No one owes anyone anything. So don't be like one of those quote-unquote good guys where it's like, I held the door for her, so she owes me something. Like, don't be like that. And just be yourself, and eventually you're going to find someone. Also, like, maybe strike up a conversation, find, like, women who have the similar interests that you have. So then you could like strike up a conversation with them, like with that. It's like, oh hey, you like this, I like that too. You like, what do you like about it? Like that kind of thing.
Anything is appreciated.
Yeah, the alpha male right? BS is bullshit, okay. Basically.
So we're gonna.
It'll attract little kids. It'll attract like young women who don't know any better, but like that does not go far. Doesn't last
half an hour, guys.
Don't listen to Andrew Tate or any of that bullshit.
A session. Please support the stream. As you can see, the support today was quite low. I don't know why people did not turn out and like that game. I liked it. It was something different that broke up my content. But it is what it is, I guess. For some odd reason, people don't turn out for indie games. Because it's an indie game.
Oh my god, now we're back on the whole indie game
bullshit.
bullshit. Jesus
Christ. Not some big AAA game. We knew it was a Game Pass game going into it. Right? But I feel like some people are just so biased against it. It's like, dude, it's 2 quick streams. It was entertaining for what it was. Hey,
no one, it's you, like Phil. It's Pass, you.
You probably want to watch someone play it.
It's
you don't
not
buy
indie
it.
game.
So it'd be a good thing you didn't, right? Because honestly, that game's too short, and with no ending, you probably don't want to spend money on it either, right? So the way I see,
well, dumbasses will pay for anything. So I mean, if you can get money out of dumb idiots, go for it. I guess
it is
because that's probably what the owners of the camp are thinking.
Where is everybody? Right? We had low attendance, low support for 2 days straight. It's like, I don't get it. It seems like when it comes to certain games, certain games that have like these followings, like Baldur's Gate 3 or Stardew Valley, people like to watch me watch these certain games or play these certain games that maybe they have an affinity for, and they like to see my first experience with them. So they'll support those. So
we're not even relying on day one views anymore. We're not relying on indie games. We're just totally at the mercy of 1 or 2 PayPal whales who are willing to give him money for a game,
but
basically.
It's hard
because he found a whale to give him money for Stardew Valley.
It confuses me. I thought for sure that being just 2 quick days of a horror game would be fun, and I did enjoy it. I didn't know that I was going to get low attendance and everything. Like, damn, I could have just done something else. Very exciting game, guys. We're very excited tonight. Look at all this interactivity we got. No one talking to me at all. So anyway, Spawn Killer, you're the top tipper, $3.50. Let me get you on the leaderboard. Yes, I
haven't heard of Jesus Camp, but we have like a Six Flags near where I live, and they have like a 2-day event for like Christians, and a lot of Christians go during those 2 days. It's like I forget the name of what they call it though, but it's like kind of like that, but it's not really, because it's not an actual camp. It's an amusement park. But they have 2 days where it's like Christian activities are going on inside of the park also. So they'll have like maybe, I don't think they actually have like a church in there, no, but like it's discounted for Christians. I think they have maybe like a Christian because it's also attached to it's like an amusement park, but it also has a like a concert area, right? So they'll have like Christian rock music or something playing there too.
Should call out, guys, this game costs a full $60. I'm not kidding. You may not believe it, but it doesn't make it less true that I spent $60 on this game.
So did you like it? That's all that matters, not how much you made on it. All right, what's next? Oh. Oh, Lord, speaking of sexuality, we got this funny thing.
So, I need to raise money in order to save my ass from these state taxes out of nowhere that came up out of nowhere. So people come out, we're supportive of Phil, let's cheer, let's tip. They do it, great. Now I'll get past the state taxes, but now federal tax. Oh, now you owe more because you made more money.
Clarify, I appreciate all contributions. The only real income that I make on this channel is memberships and the contributions you guys give me during this live stream once a week. Outside of that, the vast majority of videos on this channel, I don't make ad revenue on. You're the devil, mama. Content, and these end up getting claimed, and therefore, yeah, I don't get much out of it. So if you like this show, I really don't give a shit. All right? Is the audio sounding like it's breaking up for you guys? Because it sounds like it's breaking up for me. The weird part about that is I've been gaming all week and not had this problem. The last time I had the problem was when I was reacting to videos. Is it the YouTube app that's having this problem? How does the audio sound to you guys? It sounds to me like it's actually like breaking up a bit. But I don't think it's my neck phones or anything. You don't notice anything? I wonder what it could be. What could it be? Because it's not doing it for games for me at all. So how the hell could it be a YouTube specific issue? This is very odd.
I think it's a you-specific issue, Phil.
Quality. There's no audio quality on YouTube to even select. It's going, Zelda and the other dogs in, like, training, like that. That's what I'm hearing. Like, the other dogs in training. Like, why am I hearing it like that? That is so odd.
Are your viewers hearing it? If your viewers are not hearing it like that, then who cares? You should care more about the viewer's experience than you are about your own personal experience doing it. Who cares?
Derek, yes, I see what you're saying, but what you're saying is like incredibly sad stuff. I don't really want to talk about that. You know, I don't need to mention that in the video. Like you're saying one of the dogs passed away. That's sad to hear, but why do we need to know that in context of the video we watch?
How dare you tell me?
It's sad, man.
That.
What a piece of shit. That guy's an asshole. All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you in part 3.
Yeah, like, it's funny and ironic in a way where it's like, when Harry Potter books first came out, they're, like, thought as, like, pretty left-leaning, and the right all thought it was, like, the devil and witchcraft and worshipping Satan and all this stuff. And now, because of J.K. Rowling being a total nutter online, all these like conservative moms are like backing her up and like saying, "Oh no, they're championing for her and everything else." So like, the books went from like left leaning to like conservative books in a way. It's funny, but no, of course not. That's just stupid thinking that like they're like witchcraft or worshiping witch. Like it's fantasy, dummy. Like have you never like read an actual fantasy book before? Of course, there's magic and freaking fantasy all the time. You know.
For the finale of the Ultra Member videos. Okay, so guys, number 1, I have to pee, and number 2, again, guys, if you
only
like the
God
content,
can
please
and
support it.
Jesus
right
can
now,
do
we've got
miracles.
No support whatsoever since this stream started. It was all from the podcast earlier.
Not some
right?
kid with a
anything,
stick.
whether it be a super chat, a membership, gifted membership, or a tip. Still have 2 hours left to go through, so thank you guys. I'll be back in just a minute. Chances are tonight we probably won't even come close to hitting the tips goal. As of right now, we have 0 tips. So. Okay, guys, I am back. We're going to resume. Again, I have nothing to shout out. So, if you guys could support the stream today, I would really appreciate it.
Gotta love them.
It's very simple here. Oh, I do have a tip to shout out. It just popped up. I do see some people in chat. They're criticizing the show. All right, I have to understand something. I don't pick the clips. Okay, I will say this. Once we get to the submissions tier, I have actually been more selective at what we watch.
Yeah, I remember Pokemon. Any craze or anything that was popular was basically the devil growing up. Like Dungeons and Dragons was considered demonic too, because like kids liked it. So because kids liked it and it's not Christianity, it's the devil. It's Satan. It's Satan's butthole because it's because kids like it and it's not Christian. What? So if I made a Dungeons and Dragons campaign where that was Christian related, it'd be fine? Like, hell yeah, we're going. Like, I could think of that. I could like probably create something like that where it's like you and the other friends are like apostles, and you're going to help find Jesus, who was taken over by Satan. They're not taken over, but held captive by Satan, and you're going to free Jesus from Satan, or something like that. I mean, you could do something like that, I bet.
Watch in that tier as of late. If you haven't
Oh yeah, and Christian music sucks. I'm sorry, but a lot of Christian music does stink.
noticed, usually I'll pick a few in there that I think are better to watch, and I may do that again. We'll probably just pick a place, press play, watch.
I mean, I was raised Catholic. My whole family's pretty Catholic, so
I'll pick some. But these are the ones for people who are the biggest supporters. They control the.
Also, Phil, by the way, Philip, like, it's up to you to be entertaining no matter what you're reacting to, Phil. Your streams are not interactive whatsoever, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't matter what the clips are you're reacting to or whatever you're reacting to. It's on you to try to make that somewhat entertaining.
The ships, essentially, right? So if you think that this stuff isn't very good, then please become a member and suggest, for yourself.
Give me money. Give me all your money.
I don't know a whole lot about Mormons. Like, I know a little bit. It's like you got Joseph Smith, and apparently he finds some tablets to this ancient book that was in America. Because apparently, like, Jesus or whoever was, like, in America, not the Middle East or something like that. I'm like, that's, like...
Let's start. Carl Sagan's greatest speech. I don't know a lot about Carl Sagan, honestly. Carl Edward Sagan was an American astronomer and science communicator. His best-known scientific contribution is his research on the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Sagan was a popular public advocate of skeptical scientific inquiry and scientific method. He pioneered the field of exobiology.
Like, there's nothing wrong with being Christian. I'm not criticizing people for that, obviously. Everyone is welcome to believe whatever they want to believe as long as you're not hurting other people with it. And that's the big thing, because you got a lot of these fake Christians who you literally only are Christian to use their beliefs to weaponize it against other people. And that's what I don't like, right? But I mean, other than that, if you're not hurting anyone, believe whatever you want. I mean, might as well. I don't personally believe in like the Abrahamic God like that, but
and promoted the search
hey, Roderick,
for
how you doing?
extraterrestrial intelligent life. Well,
oh, you're just about to watch the bullshit that happened from last Sunday. And while we're watching this, remember that DSP doesn't think this was specifically targeted toward him. It was just some random porn thing that got mixed up in it. So,
well, there you go. All right, cool. Let's
watch Carl Sagan's greatest speech.
The Earth might not seem of any particular interest.
Oh my God, Will. I guess I gotta ban someone. I guess we gotta ban someone, guys.
I don't know where I can actually watch the unedited one, because I think most of it got taken down, didn't it? But yeah, it was like, I think it was like a femboy and a guy, and like the femboy was like wearing an Argentina shirt, and the guy was giving it to her, and they had two like Derek watermarks or something like that. It was pretty funny though. What is it? Right, exactly, GDX. And like what I don't get, what infuriates me a little bit is like Christians who like pretend dinosaurs didn't exist at all. Like, there's one thing for having your own beliefs. There's a whole other thing for totally denying actual evidence that supports the claim. You know what I mean? Like,
It's time to ban someone. Someone literally edited in a clip into that. Yeah, some fucking asshole edited a clip into that because I actually fast forwarded through it and that wasn't there. So now I gotta ban someone from fucking doing video submissions. Sorry about that. Obviously now I'm not going to be uploading that video to YouTube. And I'll do my best. I'll probably edit that out of the archive stream as well.
He didn't, by the way. I don't think he did.
Well,
edit
what
it
did
out.
he do? What's weird about that, it's from 3 months ago, and it has 5,500 views. So it's like, how would you have known? This must be a troll video, not for me. This was a troll video made for someone else, and someone found it, right? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like that whole like arc exhibit, and like wherever it is, where it's like someone tried, like supposedly built a whole replica of Noah's Ark or whatever, and it's like a whole creationist museum or something like that. Is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but it's just funny in my opinion.
Right now or anything. No, don't look at Brad. No, this is not browsers. What? I'll keep an eye on the net and see if anything pops up. What the hell?
Oh my god.
I'll keep an eye on the net at
So
browsers.com
cringy.
and see if anything pops up. Oh yeah. I don't know. Well, I gotta find out who that was. In fact, hold on a second. I don't know if I can now because it's very likely that they probably deleted it. But I'll double check real fast. But I almost guarantee you they probably fucking deleted it. Oh yeah, they deleted it. I can see it's gone. All right, so obviously, guys, my apologies. If any,
like now. They have, so I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep going into this like unrelated topic a bit, but in terms of the whole denial about dinosaurs or evolution, like obviously we weren't there. Obviously, the people who are in charge of doing research and trying to figure out how dinosaurs are put together could be wrong, but these the age of these dinosaur bones are not up for debate. Because we actually got carbon dating, that we can carbon date the bones themselves to know exactly how old these bones are. Now, are they put together the right, correct way? Probably not. Maybe some of it is and some of it isn't. But like, there's probably a good chance like a lot of the dinosaurs aren't put together the correct way. And as more and more discoveries are found, and more bones are like found in the same grouping or actual maybe put together in the way that the dinosaur died, maybe it was more preserved than previously thought of before, we find out that, oh, maybe it was put together wrong. That's why, like, I think it was the Brontosaurus. When I was a kid, the Brontosaurus was a thing, and now Brontosaurus doesn't exist, and it's like actually the Brachiosaurus. I think that's the real thing. Or it sounds slightly different. And now we're realizing that dinosaurs probably had feathers when they didn't before, or whatever, like that, you know? So I think that's kind of cool that we're constantly like learning from the mistakes of older geologists and stuff like that.
Anything? Thankfully, that was actually done at the very beginning of that clip, so I don't.
Yeah, that pisses me off too, because like, because how can you think that space doesn't exist? It's like, it's the same thing with these flat earthers where it's like, oh no, there is no actual space. It's just the earth. It's flat. And then you have the firmament around the earth, and space, what we see of space is really just kind of projected up on the dome like a planetarium or something. I'm like, come on.
Don't have to upload that one. I'll just start over. I'll just do a fresh video, right? Some fucking asshole. All right, well, what can I do? I'll have to be even more diligent.
Yeah, we have numerous ways to find the data of it.
Ultra members,
not just carbon
or whatever.
Dating, but
I'll
yeah.
have to be even more diligent about that to be sure that you know, that there's no little things in there. That one got me, and the reason because it has views on it. So you see a video like that, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
it's probably gonna be legit.
Yeah,
it has 5,000 views on it. It's from 3 months ago, right? It's like 3 months setup. But these people are fucking stupid, and they do what they're gonna do, right? And obviously, like I said, I'm gonna edit that out of the archive stream as well.
I still don't think he actually did edit that out, though.
Stream. So for those who watch this after the fact, yes, the stream will not be live right away after the fact. Okay, I'll have to edit out. Remember, someone tried that a few months ago too, early in the year, and I've been pretty good about catching it. There actually was another one as well this week that I did catch that I got rid of, but that one, I guess, made it through. All right, took care of it, got him. I remembered who it was, and I found him, and I banned him. So he's done. He won't be submitting clips anymore.
Oh no,
and,
it's not like you can make a sock account or anything.
And I remembered who it was that had posted the clip up, and they tried to delete their post, but I remembered exactly who they were, found them in the members list, and got rid of them. So they're gone, and all we'll do now is just keep taking.
Well, and like JDX, like I don't want to start anything, but like even with like the original translation of the King James version, some of those stories were edited or mistranslated even back then, or the King James like had some stories changed to where like it viewed kings and royalty in a more better light, so that I'm not explaining this good, but so that like the common people who could read would read that and not get upset that royalty is still calling the shots and controlling things, right? So I think if I remember correctly, King James was like had some of the stories tweaked a little bit to make it shine more favorably on the royalty. Not to mention the original probably had some mistranslations as well. But yeah, it's probably the closest, most accurate version we have of the Bible. It's probably that though.
Look at who's submitting what and try to take care of it from that perspective.
And then of course you had the whole different books of the Bible that were tossed out of the Bible that I found really interesting, like the Book of Enoch is really interesting and fun to read too.
There's really not much I can do. They're going to keep trying to do it because they're morons. But as you saw, recently I've pretty much not had an issue. It just so happened to be one slipped through the cracks.
But that's not really canon with the Bible. They took that out.
That particular video, no lie, I had fast forwarded into it and it was the real video. So that means they only edited in this tiny amount to be that bullshit. It wasn't the whole clip at all, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they've been trying that for a while, actually. You gotta wonder. Maybe they've actually been trying to do that for a bit, and this just happened to be the week that it snuck through or whatever. It could be, actually. I'm just taking a look, and it looks like all the other clips.
And then I think it was like the Council of Nicaea, where they kind of like changed some things around. They, like I said, they got rid of some of the books in the Bible that kind of contradicted certain things. And some would argue, this is more of a conspiracy theory as opposed to, some would argue that before that point, before the Council of Nicaea, Jesus was actually just a prophet and wasn't really written as the Son of God up until they actually decided to make him holy and make him actually the Son of God. But there's no actual evidence that actually was changed. But I like to think more of a conspiracy theory type of setting, I guess. I don't know if I fully believe that. I'm just saying it's interesting to think about.
So I need to raise money in order to save my ass from these state taxes out of nowhere that came up out of nowhere. So people come out, we're supportive of Phil, let's cheer, let's tip. They do it, great. Now I'll get past the state taxes, but now federal tax. Oh, now you owe
and
more
of course,
more money.
giants.
All right, I'll just say this: still got 4 minutes to go.
Or the Nephilim, I guess they're called.
This,
yeah,
pretty much illegally because you're not allowed to live restream anything like that without permission. You actually have to get permission.
Oh, really? Okay, you're doing it illegal. You're a filthy criminal, just like Tevin. And you should be put to death, right, Phil? Is that what you're saying?
Actually, edited content that you transform versus live restreaming, which you can't do in its entirety. See? Oh, here you go. Look. Someone illegally restreaming me right now. Look at this. Maybe we should watch a stream. What do you guys think?
Almighty Tevin. Yeah, do it, bitch.
Should we watch the asshole who illegally restreams me on a daily basis, illegally restreaming me? Nah, I think I'll just do this. I think I'll just tell him to go fuck himself. And get a fucking life because he could never do anything productive for himself without me anyway.
Oh, right, yeah, that's it.
How will it feel riding my coattails for the rest of your life? Because you're a human piece of shit. Anyway, thank you, Ozymandias.
Gotta love that vitriol,
I never have to see that human piece of shit ever in my recommendations ever again. That's pretty cool. But no one's ever.
Yeah, I know that's something that like it does mention that in the Bible that there's technically no one in hell or no one in heaven whatsoever. All the people who have died are like in an eternal sleep, still attached to their bodies or whatever, up until the final judgment day or whatever. But what happens to those who had been cremated instead of buried, though? Because now the Catholic Church does approve, or the Catholic Church does approve of I just said it, cremation. Sorry, they do approve of cremation now. They do allow for that. But where does your soul go while it's waiting to go to heaven or hell for the final judgment? So how does that work? I don't know. It's kind of scary, actually. It's like if I get cremated, does that mean I get screwed and I go to like purgatory because my soul doesn't go wherever? I mean, I personally kind of more believe in reincarnation myself, but that's just me. I'm just saying, like, if you believe in, if you're a Christian, then do you not get cremated? Like, what happens when you get cremated then? Yeah, but I like to think that actual giants were like actually giants and not like just some really tall guy. Hey, 8 feet tall is still pretty tall. I'm like, I would say that's probably a giant of a guy, though. You got some 8 feet tall motherfucker? All dressed in armor and really strong or whatever? Hell yeah. That's a guy with a pituitary issue right there.
We're going to take you to court or anything.
And then, of course, in the Bible, you have like people like Methuselah and stuff, like living to be like 960 something years old and shit. Like, oh yeah, I live 1,000 years old or something. I'm like,
really, right now, just close my stream and do a live react for yourself. I challenge you to do that.
Oh, really?
See if you'll actually retain an audience rather than trying to get popularity off of my own content.
See, he's done this so many times. He's always done this bullshit like, I challenge the detractors. And some detractors have done that and proved that they can do that and still keep an audience and still be entertaining. Some detractors have took him up on those offers in the past and they were able to prove that they can still do that. So, but he's always goes back to this. I'm like, they already proved that they can, asshole. They don't have to do that.
But,
and why should they? They don't owe you shit.
A bunch of bitches. So sit there and fucking.
This is just a weak attempt for him to try to alleviate some of the stress of the detractors being on him 24/7.
They would never try to do it for themselves because that would take effort and talent, and they don't have it. If they had it right now, they say, "Oh shit, all right, let me do my own
maybe,"
and then turn it off and react to it, right? But no, they're not going to do that.
They just eat fish and bread all the time.
Excuse me.
Well, and that's, I'm sorry, I'm not even, I guess today's just a talk with an interactive talk day, not really even a reaction, but, I mean, I don't mind, I'm having fun anyway. But, like, that's the cool thing, is that, like, technically to us, we're using the Gregorian calendar, which obviously we're in 2024, but in some other countries, they're still using different calendars. So in some other countries, they still think it's 1700 something. Not 2024, right? So like in different countries, they have some different calendars that they're still using. So we can't even decide on what year it is as a human species, let alone anything else, right? Which is kind of cool in my opinion. But like, you got that, and then on top of that, there was another thing too. Because we all got we got different calendars that are going on based on that. And then there is someone, like, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Constantine. It was one of the rulers at the time, one of the royalty rulers at the time, wanted to be ruler of the year 1000. But, like, it was, like, around the year, like, 960, 950, something like that. But he wanted to live to see the world. He wanted to live to see the day that he's ruling in the year 1000, right? So some people think that he invented a major chunk of history from like 950 to 1,000 years so that he could claim that he could be the ruler in the year 1000. Because if you look at history before 950 and after 1,000, there's a bunch of really interesting historical events going on. But you look at that small chunk that he supposedly invented, and there's not a whole lot of really interesting things happening historical wise. It's just kind of boring and not a whole lot changes. So some people are thinking that maybe, I don't remember if it was Constantine or who that ruler was, but some people think that that ruler at the time actually made up like the time from like the year 950, 960 to 1000 just so that he could be the ruler in the year 1000. So like some people think that he made that up, that whole chunk of time up, and that period doesn't exist. And if that's the case, then that screws up our whole calendar, obviously. We're technically living in what, that like 1970 now and not like 2024. But Yeah, no, they had fish and they hunted and stuff. For sure they like had deer or antelope or woolly mammoths or something. Not woolly mammoths, obviously, bison and stuff like that. Wait, was there bison in Middle East? No. That's America. What the hell is he doing?
Increased by 50.
Oh, this is showing his talent.
Excuse me. Man, my throat. I got a frog in my throat.
Well, we were still hunters and gatherers back then, though, right? I'm pretty sure. Even if it was in the Middle East. You go all,
Oh my god. Immediately they do copyright music Firestarter. Are you fucking kidding me? Good job. Just fucking kill everyone's streams right now with fucking Firestarter.
Oh, what the hell was the name of that movie?
Right at the beginning, too. Morons.
You go all Castaway on us. Wilson!
Go right to sleep.
And you get a sharp stick and
Wow,
trying to
with two
stab
ducks.
them. And then you gotta account for like the
Yeah,
water,
about it.
the light refracting on the water, so the fish
Now we
isn't
know that.
actually where it
We know
looks
it's gonna be
like.
Game Pass. When's
So
it
you gotta
coming
like
out?
try to like calculate that in your
No
head.
date. No
That's really
gameplay,
hard.
no
There's
date. What
big
was the point
ups
of
for
that?
anyone who can actually do that.
That was completely pointless. No gameplay and no date. So fuck you. What the fuck, man?
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
And by the way, guys, at this point, yes, if you contribute, I will give you a live shout out. I know that many people were trying to contribute, and obviously I couldn't do shout outs when I was reacting to that. Now we're back to being a normal stream. All right, so thank you to anyone who supports the stream today. But I do need a break, okay? That's just fucking sad, you know? Now, let's just, before we talk about Black Ops, let's talk about the elephant in the room, okay? There was a big running theme over this event that a lot of the protagonists of these games are now...
Oh, I thought the whole point of Noah's Ark was to have like one male and one female of each species going there, right? So that they can still continue to procreate after the flood, right? That's what my assumption was. Like the whole point was to have two of each animal because one was male, one was female. And then a lot of the older illustrations, like showing Noah's Ark and the animals going on Noah's Ark, you have like two male lions looking like two lions with manes looking like a male lion. I'm like, hey, wait a second there. Oh, I thought one of them was supposed to be a lioness, but not to mention the fact that like, okay, you're telling me that somehow these penguins that live in Antarctica or the Arctic somehow managed to like walk halfway across the world to get to the Noah's Ark in the Middle East. I'm like, I don't know about that.
And a lot of them were minority / black or Asian. And a lot of people were like, what the hell gives? It was like game after game after game.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
they
there's
went
a
out of
lot
their
of
way to make
fornication going on in that arc there probably.
the
I bet.
protagonist of every single game a female, and in a lot of cases considered a
Yeah,
minority.
God just picks them up and drops them in front of the thing. The penguins are like, what the fuck's going on? And they're being like lifted up by this like invisible hand flailing around.
Okay? And you might say, what is going on here? Is this the woke age of gaming? Ooh, women's, I gotta get out of here. And everyone's gonna have a different opinion about this. Some people are like, well, I like that because in the 90s and 2000s, it was always about some fucking stupid white guy, you know, who's either bald or grizzly, being some kind of fucking over-the-top, you know, action protagonist.
Wait, what's he talking about? Oh,
And maybe now it's time to change that, right? But here's what I'm going to say. This is what game developers need to be careful about, all right?
Oh
when
my
you go so
God.
far in another direction, you now risk changing the stereotype to a different stereotype. The whole idea of trying to diversify is just that, to diversify.
everyone
but
likes a
not
good
to create
wine, is all I'm
stereotype
saying.
on the other side, right? So when you're watching Xbox Game Showcase 2024,
yeah, so he's basically just criticizing because a lot of the games that were shown for the Xbox Game Awards, not Game Awards, the Xbox Showcase had feminine protagonists for a change, which in my opinion is a good thing. I mean, like, you know, you have the whole DEI thing or whatever, but like, Yeah, I don't think it really matters if it's male or female, but like, it shouldn't be a big deal either way, to be honest. It shouldn't be a big deal if it's male or female. Who cares? As long as the gameplay is fine. And that's why I personally like games that let you customize your own character. I don't want to play this, like, create a character for me. Let me customize the shit out of it. Let me have it wearing goofy-ass armor or have, like green skin or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And it's a woman, a black woman, an Asian woman, a woman, a black woman, an Asian woman, a woman, a black woman, an Asian woman. Wait a minute, what's going on? Right? I get it. Okay, maybe we want to push it to the other side of it, but not every game.
And like, I think in real life, like Rafiki probably would have killed the cub, like killed Simba, because like I think the monkeys that Rafiki is like tend to like sneak in and kill lion cubs, or sneak in and like eat the lion, something like that.
Because then you're going to get overload and you're going to get backlash. So they got to be careful, because it seems like this is the actual thing. Oh, now if we're going to be in the in crowd, we have to have a game where the lead's a woman. Hopefully, you know, it's even like a situation where we push a minority woman, and now we can say that we're liberal or whatever. And, you know, now we've reached our, you know, what we're trying to do with games, because we're tired of the white male protagonist. Okay. Listen, I don't want a white male as the protagonist of every game. It's not true. No one believes you. You're an idiot. I've outright said over the years, I'm the kind of guy, all right, who
I'm the kind of guy who likes to get around.
Somewhere in between, alien, robot. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian.
Oh my God, Mr. I don't see color at all. Oh my God.
Purple skin with yellow fucking polka dots. Like, I don't give a shit who you are. What I want is interesting plot, good graphics, great gameplay mechanics, something that hooks me and makes it riveting. I'm enthralled in your story. I'm enthralled in your game, in your journey. That's what I care about. I could not give two shits about any of that other stuff about the character. Okay? Why did you do that? Yo, it's Mac, Sean McAllister, yo, the token black. He's here. Is that with this movement that we're kind of seeing now, that now they want to go the other way, we're tired of the white male protagonist, okay, but don't just do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. He was making fun just because there was a female mouse in that one game that looks like Redwall, basically. Because anyone who's ever read the Redwall books growing up, that's basically what that game looks like. Or freaking what was it? Watership Down, but we're rabbits. Like, I kind of get it, JDX, because like some of the characters I think look fine and some don't. So, for example, I think the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn, I think she looks fine. I think the female character in the Star Wars game Outlaws, I think she looks okay. But then you got like characters like what was that game? The Fable game. She does not look very good. No, Redwall is a children's book series about mice that have to fight attacking, like, that cats are like, it's this whole like civilization of like mice and rats and ferrets and other like woodland animal creatures, and they're constantly being attacked by bigger creatures like the cats or foxes or whatever that keep attacking them, and it's kind of like an adventure book series type thing. I haven't played the second game, so I don't really know, but like Aloy looks totally fine in my opinion. So I'm like, I don't know what the problem is. But then again, it's like with Fable, like I don't know what the hell they did to. Well, it's not like a little kids book. It's like more of a middle school, high school reading book. I don't know. Harry Potter is technically a kid's book. It's meant for young adults. But yeah, I don't know why like some of these games, like they're trying to make the characters look ugly on purpose, almost. Because like I said, some of them I don't think are even that ugly. Some of them are, depending on what game it is. But some of them seem like they're being purposely ugly on purpose. And I am not one to be sexist and be like, oh, every single woman main character has to look like fucking Barbie or anything and has to be super fucking like hot and sexy like Stellar Blade. But it doesn't help or it doesn't hurt. I mean, you know, it's like I enjoyed Stellar Blade despite the character being how she is, pretty attractive to most people. But it's for the gameplay that I enjoyed, right? So if you replaced the lady in Stellar Blade with any other character, I still would have enjoyed that game because at the end, the gameplay is what is appealing to me, right? Like, I don't care about what the characters look like as long as the game is good. But yeah.
Give these characters good stories. Give these characters a reason to be who they are. Give them unique identity.
Yeah, Watership Down is pretty brutal, though. I don't blame you.
Don't make them all samey because we wanted to push the other way. Because let's be honest, we had the era of the white male protagonist, and it got boring. We didn't care about them anymore because they were all the same. They were all cookie cutter, stupid.
Right, Nugs, exactly. Like I would have fun regardless of what the main character looks like. But fucking Phil over here thinks that people are literally only playing the game because the character's sexy, and I'm like, I'm not old. Like the internet is full of like amazing, great porn. If I want to fap or jerk off to something, like I could easily find better stuff to jerk off to than a video game. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like I don't need a video game character to look super hot in order to jerk off to it. I want the gameplay to be good. And I don't even like Souls-like games. I don't like Souls-like games because they're too slow and they're too cumbersome. I can't react fast enough to it, right? But with Stellar Blade, I really liked it because it was more responsive and it was really fluid and fast. And it was a lot of fun, even though I was dying a lot. But it was still a lot more fun to me than trying to play Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something, you know, because it was too slow, those ones.
Stupid badass characters, smoking cigars, kicking ass, ripping guts out. You get tired of the same shit. So if you're going to go the other way, fine. But give us a reason to like that. Don't just give us everything the same in every game.
And personally, I am also more of a fan of more stylized art direction. Because, like, if you look at older like, you look at Wind Waker, and the graphics to Wind Waker hold up a lot better than if you were to look at a different GameCube game that tried to do hyper-realistic graphics, right? So you got like any random game on the GameCube that tried to do hyper-realistic graphics, and then you look at something more stylized visually like Wind Waker. Wind Waker still kind of holds up compared to something that was at the time hyper-realistic, but now just looks kind of ugly and muddy and gross, right? So that's why, in my head, I prefer more like anime visuals or something that like is more cartoony looking and stuff like that. Because I'm not looking for sexy, I'm not looking for lollies or anything like that. No, I want something that's going to visually still be appealing, not in a sex way, but in a appealing art style way for years to come. Even if you're playing it years and years down the line, something that's animated, that's like drawn, is going to look better than something that's hyper super realistic nowadays, you know? I haven't seen anything about the Wolverine game, to be honest. Yeah, I don't get why people would try to make a character look unintentionally look ugly. Like, I know it's not super realistic to have every single character look like amazing, but it's a game, it's not real life, you know? And to be fair, a lot of the outfits that what the heck is her name in Stellar Blade? I can't even remember now what her name is. Because the story isn't the best part, it's the combat. But, like, most of her outfits aren't even that revealing, to be honest. Like, a couple of them are, but not that all of them. Yeah, it doesn't really objectify her that much. It would be kind of funny though, GDX. I would laugh. Say the male character, and he was like moving his hips the way she does. It's like, I'm fabulous. Just going down. A male character sliding down the ladders like she does. That'd be hilarious. No, I know they are nugs. I don't know why they're doing it, though. I don't get that. Yeah, even women are speaking up, yeah. Well, like I said, some of the characters who people are claiming to be ugly, I don't think are that ugly, though. Like, I don't think Aloy is that ugly. I don't think, the character from Star Wars Outlaws is that ugly, either. But Some of them, like the one, like the girl in the Fable, I think she's pretty ugly, not very attractive. Yeah, I think I have seen that one, and I think I covered that one already, where he calls them spoiled brats already. The Fable chick was pretty bad. From what I saw of Jonah Dark, she didn't look that bad. She was more thicker in the sense that she's more realistically proportioned. She doesn't look like the anime character that she basically was in the original game. No, but she looked fine. She wasn't like intentionally ugly in my opinion. She just looked more like a realistic woman than super stylized like she was in the original games. Yeah, it's like I'll have to wait to see what she plays like, or what she looks like when in the game. Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture really quick so I can double check, because I'm going based off my memory and it's not very good. Yeah, like she looks fine. I don't see why people are freaking out about that. She looks realistic, yeah, but she doesn't look ugly.
Your target is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack.
I mean, I don't know why they're trying to make everything look hyper realistic nowadays. So that's what I don't get. Is like, why are you trying to make everything hyper realistic? It doesn't have to be hyper realistic. They could have kept it stylized and it would have been fine.
I always knew I had an instinct. I could see the world differently.
Yeah, Fable was always more. Sorry, trying to talk over the video. Fable was always more of a cartoony kind of vibe. So I don't see why all of a sudden they're trying to go for hyper realistic in that too.
The mission. I was wrong.
Like she doesn't. Yeah, that. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, let's run. We're running fast. They have a satellite dish, so that's nice. Oh, she's about to blink. She looks fine. That's not super ugly. That's what a realistic woman would look like. It's a little chunky in the face, though. I will say that. She looks like she put on a little bit of weight, but I mean, compared to the hyper stylized that the original game was. Well, women do have jawlines, though. I hate to break it to you, Nugs, but women do tend to have jawlines. I mean, look at Sigourney Weaver. If you were to watch the original Aliens nowadays, would you say that they're trying to purposely uglify her? Like, Sigourney Weaver has a big jaw, too. Like, it happens. It doesn't mean they're more masculine. But yeah, I do prefer anime characters. I just like that aesthetic. You know what I mean? I don't think that's purposely making the character ugly. I think that's just trying to be hyper realistic for whatever reason they wanted to make the game hyper realistic. I don't know.
And make these characters meaningful. Okay? I'm nervous because what happens is when you see a big movement in one direction like this, you get backlash. And I don't want games to be fucking political. I'm going to repeat that. I don't want video games to be fucking political. I'm tired of it. There's politics surrounding us everywhere right now. The last thing we need is politics in every video game because the protagonist is this and this and this. I don't care. I just want to play a video game and enjoy it.
I mean, I agree with him here a little bit, but at the same time, it's like a lot of people are trying to make games political when they're not either, though. You know what I mean? It's like, in some instances, yeah, the game devs are trying to make this game political by injecting these like DEI stuff or whatever. I get that. But some games are literally just trying to be a game and people are forcing their views because people want to make everything political. So a lot of people are trying to make the game political when it's not.
Political arguments on streams and shit. It's dumb shit. All right? So I really hope that this is not a push towards the ultimate backlash movement. All right? I really hope not. Fair enough? Okay. I like how idiots immediately have to turn my silly joke that has absolutely nothing to do with race into something racial because they're dumb fucking idiots. It was observational.
Oh, you mean Cyberpunk JDX?
There was an actual black woman who was about to walk into them on the street, and then I made a joke about someone robbing their shit. It had nothing to do with the color of her skin. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Well, for the few people who supported my React stuff, thank you for that. I really hope that you guys will support the stream over on DSP Gaming, because obviously this was my whole morning. I got up early to do it, and as you can see, I made $20 in super chats and $7 in tips, and that's pretty bad. Okay, so hopefully you guys will come over to the Fallout stream and hang out with me, and hopefully support it, because this is my daytime
Rewind
stream.
what, this?
Really hope that this is not a push towards the ultimate backlash movement. All right, I really hope not. Fair enough? Okay. I like how idiots immediately have to turn my silly joke that has absolutely nothing to do with race into something racial because they're dumb fucking idiots.
Look out, it's a black woman. Come on, Phil, really? That's not observatory.
A joke about someone robbing their shit. It had nothing to do with the color of her skin. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Well, for the few people...
Well, you never heard of that before? Look out, there's a black woman. Like, Phil, that obviously has something to do with the color of her skin. It wasn't observatory.
The color of her skin. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Well, for the few people who supported my React stuff, thank you for that. I really hope that you guys will support.
It has nothing to do with the color of her skin, though, right?
Obviously, this was my whole morning. I got up early to do it, and as you can see, I made $20 in super chats and $7 in tips, and that's pretty bad. Okay, so hopefully you guys will come over to the Fallout stream and hang out with me, and hopefully support it, because this is my daytime stream for today. Okay, and I'm really happy about that. Thank you guys. That's really awesome. So
that's
today,
stupid as heck.
If you could support this stream, I would really appreciate that.
Play Sea of Stars again, Phil. Finish that game.
On a normal stream, $50
it's a good
tip,
game.
That's my goal. Anything else that comes in is greatly appreciated. So if you guys could support in some way today, I would definitely appreciate it. Okay. Actually, I forgot to use the restroom. Lucky Gremlin, what does how I did on a stream yesterday have to do with the fact of what I did today? That's like saying, oh, but your business did so good yesterday, you don't ever have to do well ever again on any other day. You can just do shitty from now on.
Oh
no,
my God.
That's not how business works, Lucky Gremlin. Maybe you'll figure that out.
He's
I don't know what else to say. That was
pull
something really dumb you just said in chat. Hey, money is money. One thing I say, money is money. Oh, Lilica, no, you made a Hulk Hogan mobile game joke, so you're banned now because you're an idiot. You want to fucking perpetuate Detractor meme? You could do it outside of my streams, and you know better, and you did it on
It's
purpose.
not a Detractor meme, it's real life, Phil. That's what's going on.
Messages. Well, I can, so you can enjoy your fucking ban and get the fuck out. Dumbass. Okay. Beard Strips, could you please, like, not be a fucking idiot? Is the Hulk Hogan card any good? In WWE Supercard, is the Hulk Hogan card any good? A card that I got in WWE Supercard like 5 fucking years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? Being idiotically derailing your stream has nothing to do with anything? Yeah, don't bring dumb shit up like that.
You derail your own stream all the time.
Until 4 p.m. So we still have about another 45 minutes on the stream. I think I might just write it out with this video and make a longer one. We're already 45 minutes in. Maybe I'll do like an hour-and-a-half video. Thanks everyone chilling with me and talking. I'm enjoying.
Yeah, this Fallout gameplay is so boring.
Today, I hate to say it.
I still don't know why he wanted to restart a new game for this. Obviously, you had the whole updated version in 4K or whatever, but it doesn't look any better. He's playing with 0 not mods, by the way. He could be playing with a bunch of mods that actually make it look way better and more realistic and whatever. But holy shit, he's playing vanilla Fallout that doesn't look any better than the original, to be honest. And it's so fucking boring. Because every fucking year he has to play at least one Bethesda RPG, even though he's played it 4 or 5 different times already. He can't play a new game. He has to play these older games.
Streams that I did not do well at all for support. Which, you know, people asking me to do these React streams. And then, yeah, I ended up having a slow day, which is kind of ridiculous. I could have literally just done a normal day today and probably done better. Like, I know for a fact we have less people on stream now than we would have normally for Fallout 4 because no one knew I was doing it, including me. So, it kind of sucks that I do this. I go out of my way to do it. And, you know, end up having a fucking slow day. So, if you like the Fallout stuff...
Yeah, so he's basically bitching and complaining that he went all the way out of his way to get up early to react to the Xbox showcase, and he didn't get any money.
Well, at least the Fallout stream was a success today.
They don't owe you money just for doing your job, though, Phil.
Oh, hi.
Stop begging and get a job.
All right, thanks. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like someone just said, I wonder why the Game Fest or React got some support and today didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I just don't know.
Wait, why is he picking up Red Roach meat? Can you even do anything with that? Because it doesn't really heal you all that
supported
good.
The Summer Game Fest React. People literally, it was like nothing at all for Xbox. I don't know. I have no idea. What happened? I don't fucking know. How the fuck would I know?
How would I know? I don't know. I don't know.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro. Hate Army.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out to
Shout
Hate.
out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for hate.
Oh, nice, JDX. That's awesome.
Winston says, if they emailed you to set it up, would you consider going on the show Kino Casino? You talk about internet ongoings. They watch your clips of you talking about Review Tech USA and Rekita. I don't know anything about them. Some people mention them in my chat sometimes, and I'm just ignorant. I'm gonna be honest, I'm ignorant. I don't know anything about who they are, what they do. If it's a drama show and it's about making fun of others,
Yes, that's what it is, Phil.
If it's a show about like serious topics,
It's
and they feel like I
not.
could chime in on them, great. If it's just about drama and making fun of others and shit, probably not. I don't, like I said, I don't want to be involved in that culture at all. I really don't. And I will just say this, if any of them are watching or if someone clips this and sends it to them, this is no offense to you or your show. I know nothing about it at all.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
completely
fine.
uninformed. But I get pulled into so much drama, and it always hurts me in my community, and everyone's upset when I do, that if I were to involve myself in any kind of a show that's about drama and stuff, it would be detrimental. Understand it's not that, oh, I'm slamming you or whatever. I have no idea. I've never seen the show. I don't know anything about the people who run it. This is not a slight against it whatsoever. I've never seen it. I just can't be involved in drama. There's too much toxic shit on the internet trying to suck me in, right? And I just can't be sucked into one of these black holes and end up in another.
Because I think
rigmarole
Kino Casino is what, Andy
Warski
Worski and some other fat guy? And it's basically like Keemstar or Medicure or all these other people, Ralph. Like, they all just kind of talk about all the lolcows and stuff.
Scroller's interview, or the years before that with fucking Keemstar and bullshit. I can't be involved in this shit. I have to be. I've been doing a really good job this year of staying the course and not being involved with any outside drama, right?
No, you haven't.
I
You're
dodged
still
a lot of
making your own
bullets earlier
drama
this
all the
year.
time.
I dodged the whole fucking Turkey Tom interview bullet. Then I dodged the Mike Klum documentary bullet. I'm just like going. I'm like the Matrix, Neo in the Matrix. I'm like dodging left and right, Matrix dodging everything. I have to stay out of it. I do. I have to stay out of the drama. Okay? So no offense to the people who run Kino Casino. I can't be involved in drama. Okay?
Yeah. It would be funny if he actually did go on there, though. But he would never.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army.
Yeah, so apparently DSP misgenders one of his fans.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for hate.
Katie says, I love your shirt. I want to buy my boyfriend shirts like that. I love your style. Well, Katie, that's all well and good, but we all know that you're actually not a woman. You're probably a guy cosplaying online as a woman. There's no way
That's not what cosplay means, Phil.
that you could buy it for your boyfriend.
That's
if you
not
have one.
cosplaying.
We all know that there's absolutely no women using the internet. It's all just dudes pretending to be women.
Oh yes, the whole dead internet theory, or the theory that like, there's no, like, this is such an old ass fucking joke or meme. It's like, oh, there's no actual women anywhere online. It's all just guys online. I mean, the majority is probably more guys, or was at the time, but there are women online, Phil. You don't know that. Weren't both of your girlfriends and now one of your wives, they were both fans of yours, Phil. So ergo, they were both women online that were fans of yours that you groomed and fucking groomed them and brainwashed them into coming over and being your girlfriend and doing all your shit. Correct, Phil? They were both fucking fans of yours until you groomed them. Yeah, I misspoke about dead internet theory. That's something else, but it is interesting to think about, because like the dead internet theory is basically like I'm basically just talking, like there's a bunch of bots around, and a lot of things that like you see on people's comments are bots, and you go on Facebook and it's like a bunch of AI images that are posted on Facebook now, and you got like people that are replying where it's like, oh yes, they're like totally believing an obvious AI image is a real thing. I'm like, these all have to be bots, right? Which I would feel that the majority of DSP's fans are probably bots. They're either bots, they're NPCs, they're like just dent heads who can't think, right? Or just like just a very small handful of people watching it and buying bots to sure up the numbers, you know?
Exactly, just like Lilica. And they said, you were right. See, I told you. I'm not dumb. I know what I'm talking about. No, everyone knows you're not really a woman.
Wow.
We're not dumb.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Okay.
Love to misgender people. And yet, when he's playing a game when he plays Street Fighter against someone and that person is using a Cammy or Chun-Li or any female character, he'll call that person a female based only on the character they're using. Based only on the character they're using, and not who the actual player is. He'll just call, like, if he's fighting this Cammy right here or whoever, he'll call that a female, the player a female, even though he doesn't know who that player is or anything. So yeah, that makes no sense.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Sarah says, does Cat get upset when you're heated with Street Fighter? She doesn't really know or hear it. Like, she hears it sometimes, but now that the air conditioner's on and everything, she wouldn't hear it. But she does get upset when I'm here and I get so heated at Street Fighter that I end up staying up here playing super late, which sometimes I do. You know, sometimes I play past 10 p.m. and stuff when usually my stream should end between 9:30. And I'm up here so late and I don't get downstairs after working here till like after 11 p.m. And she's like, what the hell took you so long? What happened? You know? So I really have to start controlling. The problem is when you're on a bad streak and you
like JDX, like I agree in some aspect where it's like obviously it's not a big fucking deal what gender you call someone because like your identity does not hinge on how other people perceive you, so it shouldn't matter that much. However, it's not that hard to use the pronouns that person prefers to make them feel better. I don't think that's that hard of a thing to do for someone you consider a friend to call them by the pronouns they like. Even if you might disagree with them, it's not hurting anyone to use the right pronouns that they prefer to use. But at the end of the day, you're right, it's not a big fucking deal at all. And your identity is not invalidated because someone uses the wrong pronouns. So,
you want to end the night with a good win, and you're just trying to get that win, and you're struggling to get it. It's really frustrating, and you don't want to give up. All right, I received my first tip of the night, a $5 tip.
Well, I was more talking about he, him, her, she, her, not they, or Z, or she, like, or Z, or like, you know, like the neo pronouns that are kind of invented. Like, I kind of like they, them a bit, but I'm not going to force someone to use that.
From Jordan. This is better than Fallout, not as good as Stardew, though. Jordan really likes Stardew Valley. Well, thank you, Jordan, for the first tip of the night. Oh, hold on a second here. Why did my
science changes all the time, though, in terms of biology and our understanding of the human body and that kind of thing. It changes a bit.
What is going on here? What the fuck? They changed the page on me. Is all my stuff gone? I actually think legitimately all my stuff might be gone right now. I think all my animations were deleted, and I have to figure out...
Which one is incident number 2?
Later how to fix it.
There's a whole lot of incidents with DSP. I don't know which one's just
everything, which really stinks. Now I have no animations for you guys tonight, and I'm sorry about that. They don't even say nothing, no notification that they're going to change anything. They just do it. That's nice. I have to make a whole new menu with animations to manually play for you guys, and then I have to test it and everything tonight. So tonight, instead of, you know, spending time with my wife, that's what I'll be doing. That's great.
Oh yeah,
I just can't win, man.
No,
I seriously can't win. I cannot win.
We already went over that one. That one was pretty funny, to be honest. Unfortunately, it's censored because I think most of the clips of that have been censored. And JDX, like, I think just like social norm of understanding that gender does not mean biological sex anymore, or the vast majority of people recognize that gender is more of a mental thing, and biological sex is obviously something different in terms of genitalia and biological sex. At least in my opinion, that's how it is. I don't think gender refers to your biological sex. I think it's more how you identify, and that's more of a social change that happens over time. Definitions of some words being adjusted or changing sometimes to fit more under better understandings and that kind of
She does get upset when I'm here and I get so
different understandings of different words, that kind of thing.
Playing super
or
late,
how the same word can mean different things to different people, type thing, you know?
which sometimes I
Which
do.
is just like
you
a
know,
grammar
Sometimes I play past 10 p.m. and stuff when I'm usually my stream should end between 9:30, and I'm up here so late and I don't get downstairs after working here till like after 11 p.m. and she's like, "What the hell took you so long? What happened?" You know. So
And
I
that's
gotta
where
start
sorry, I don't want to distract my own stream too much or derail, as Phil says, but I feel like that's why there's a lot of confusion in terms of like people who are maybe somewhat transphobic or against trans people in a way, because they don't seem to understand that like trans people are well aware that they're not changing their biological sex. That's not a possibility. With all the transition options available to trans people, they are well aware that they're not fully changing their chromosomes or their biological sex. That's not possible. And they're well aware of that. But you got transphobes over here thinking that trans people think that, when obviously that's not the case, and they're just making changes to feel better about their own body. And since it's not hurting anyone, it's not that big a deal as long as they're of age. But that's where the confusion kind of gets in, you know what I mean?
I really have to start controlling. So tonight, instead of spending time with
Well,
my
what's
wife,
broken
that's
is
what I'll be
their
doing. That's
mind in a
great.
way, because it is technically not a mental illness, but a gender identity disorder. That's what they call it. So it's their feeling of identity that is wrong or broken. Phil doesn't need to use Rogaine. Apparently not.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout
that
out
guy.
to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shut
for
up.
I need to get another
Shout out
drink
to
soon.
hate.
I'm
Shout
getting
out for
thirsty.
Shout out for hate.
Maybe after this clip.
This one is just ridiculous. You ready for this? Someone to
I mean, they do. Like, you're acting like trans people don't see therapists. I'm like, at least where I live in New York State, right? Like, you have to see a therapist, and they have to diagnose you as transgender and gender identity disorder first in order to get on any kind of transitional therapy, right? So you see a therapist for a couple of appointments at least, and they determine if you're trans or not, legitimately, kind of, basically by how you tell it, I guess. I don't know. And then they are the ones who recommend that you go on hormone replacement therapy to try to help put the what's it called, the gender dysphoria at bay or whatever, by taking the hormones to try to help you or whatever. So it's like they do see professional mental health counselors, and they are the ones that then be like, yeah, you're trans, so here you can transition now, and this is going to help you, because HRT is the first step in transitioning medically, and they recommend, that's what mental health professionals recommend for people who are suffering from gender identity disorder. That's like the main fix that they have for that, is that. So it's like, it's not like people are just going to a doctor, going to some hormone seller on the street to get these hormones. They go see a mental health professional first, and then that's what they recommend. That's what they get, right? I mean, that's your opinion. You're welcome to that. I know it helps a lot of, like, I know I have a lot of trans friends, and it does help them quite a bit in terms of that. Because, like, even if it's, like, not a permanent solution or it's not fixing the actual problem, but it's still making them feel better about their bodies, they'll still maybe get dysphoria. They're still never really going to feel 100% maybe like how they identify mentally. But it's a lot better than how they were before they started transitioning, right? But yeah.
Tip the dollar and says, "Why don't
Well,
you
yeah,
use
Aaron's
Rogaine for your
like right.
receding
If gender
hairline?"
if gender
Well,
does not matter,
let's
then
see.
why does
Be honest here,
misgendering
all
someone
right? First
matter
of
so
all,
much? Or not misgender?
I have a lot more hair than a lot of.
Wait, am I reading that right? Hold on. So if gender doesn't really matter, yes or no, then why is it that hard? If you don't think gender matters that much, then why is it that hard to just use the pronouns that they prefer in the first place? If you are saying gender doesn't matter that much, so okay, so why doesn't it? So why not just use the one they prefer? I'm like,
Other streamers. I hate to tell you this. I really do. I'm lucky to have as much hair that I have. I actually have on my mother's side.
I do it ironically sometimes. Like I'll be like, oh, did you really just assume their identity or their gender? I do that ironically, but I've never actually said that like with a straight face or like not ironically. You know what I mean? Because I mean it's kind of dumb, and like I don't think like most trans people when they are as far as I'm aware, most trans people who are misgendered aren't going to say anything about it because they don't want to bring up that whole conversation and have to explain how they identify and all this stuff. It's a whole smorgasbord that they are opening by starting that conversation. So most people don't really bring it up or mention like, actually I prefer, like most people don't really do that anyway. Actual trans people.
Her brother and all of my cousins on that side are all bald.
Right, because most people don't bring it up because it's like it's not worth bringing it up and start opening up that whole.
Right, and I agree that I have a receding hairline right here, and I actually have a spot in the back of my head as well that I'm starting to lose hair.
It's not just a spot. It's like
it's not so atrociously bad or anything.
You might as well just
really
shave.
Bad and started going all the way to the back of my head. Then maybe I would look.
You're close to it, Phil. You might as well just shave his head at this point.
You know, it's only in the last year that I started actually like having my hair this style. Remember, I used to just wet it and kind of brush it back. But now I have
this style, aka the Nazi haircut.
Nice for the stream.
It's
right?
not. Oh my
like
god!
How it looks.
Like, look, he's like, oops. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's just a Nazi haircut now because he's just shaving, like trying to be like half skinhead, where he's like shaving the sides over here. It's awful.
I like how it feels too. It feels a lot better this way than wetting it down. But it's pretty good. I think it's not that bad. It's called aging gracefully. Instead of denying your age and the fact that you're getting older and you're losing your hair or your hair on your face is getting white, you lean into it. And you say, listen, I don't look that bad. I don't look great, but I don't look that bad. So I'm not in a big fucking midlife crisis situation where I need to start putting Rogaine and dyeing my beard black. You know,
but you dye your hair,
like,
you might as well dye your beard.
Certain people on YouTube who have giant, significantly black beards, unnaturally black beards that look
Get it, Keemstar?
fake. They look like fucking idiots because they put so much fucking dye into their fucking
Yeah,
beard
only
they
men
deny
have
the fact that they're
muscles.
getting older
Gaw.
because they're losers who are so fucking jealous of everyone else around them. Anyway.
No, he hasn't though.
I wonder who the hell I could be talking about. And by the way, very soon, you guys are going to start to see white in my hair too. I know right now you can only see it in the beard.
You
like,
dye your
you're gonna start
hair,
to see-
so
I
of
can
course
see
we're
it
not going to
here.
see white, Phil.
I actually have a lot of silver hairs in the sides of my head. And eventually it's going to, it's going to go through probably the next 3 years. You're probably going to see me gradually start to go whiter and grayer. What do they
And
call
bolder.
it? The, salt and pepper look or something like that. And this is what's going to happen.
Oh my god.
Because I am starting to lose my pigment. And it's like, I don't care. Who cares? Why is it such a big deal? Seriously, why is it such a big deal?
The fact that he's reacting this way makes it a big deal to him. And the fact, did you hear that, like, that little, voice crack of his? That, like, his voice cracked quite a bit there. And, like, that makes it a big deal. You can tell it's a big deal to him by how his voice cracked like that.
Care? Who cares? Why is it such a big deal? Seriously, why is it such a big deal? I don't really give a shit. This is great. You know, someone tipped $1. They says, if you don't start using Rogaine now, you'll go completely bald and look like Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's great. That is absolutely great. Oh no. Well, I'll lean into it then. I'll get the 2 big hair buns only in the back of my head, and I'll grow out my fingernails, and I'll start wearing a red long robe, and I'll start streaming like that.
I think he was referring to maybe Bela Lugosi with the Widow's Peak. That's like the extreme Widow's Peak that Bela Lugosi kind of had. I think he's more referring to that.
Yeah, you could call me Dracula. Dracula Side Phil, DSP. Dracula Side Phil.
I am him. I will continue to be him.
I think I'm going to be Dracula for my latter years of streaming. I'm going to purposefully do it. Sounds like a plan.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout
that
out
guy.
to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
This is one talking about migrating my PC over, which we've already talked about. But for those who don't know, because I actually talked about this last night on the Stardew Valley stream. So here's the deal, because this is actually a news update for everybody. Okay, so here's the deal. My PC is now 10 years old officially. This PC right here, I think I bought it in June, July of 2014. Okay.
Oh, which
There's a lot
Castlevania
of
was
things
that?
are starting to go wrong with it. One of the hard drives has a bad sector. I don't
360
know what it is,
game?
but frequently I get a corrupted video, and then I get another
Or the
corrupted
older
video
ones?
the next day, and I get another corrupted video the next day. Then all of a sudden it goes away. But it's frustrating that every month or so I ended up with like a few days stretch of corrupted videos. Okay, half the fans on the PC case are dying. They've now
Maybe near
reached
the
their
end we
limit of
can
10
do it a little
years,
bit.
right? So all this means is that gradually more and more
Excuse
is going
me.
to continue to go wrong with this PC now that it's reached this 10-year age limit, correct? So that being said, I know it's time to upgrade. It's time that I gotta stop using this PC and I gotta do something else, correct? However, in the last few years, I kept trying to get to a point where I could get a new PC.
All right, I'll be right back. I need to get something to drink. My getting a little thirsty. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
And I just keep hitting roadblocks. First of all, 2 years ago, we sat down and we created a list of components.
And he has
right,
been begging
that
for
I
a new
should get
PC
and
since
build a
like
PC out of.
forever.
And when we totaled it up, it was around $2,000 or more. And some people even suggested get the higher end stuff to future proof. But what's happened is in the last couple of years,
With his
the
filters
prices on
making his
components go
neck
like this.
look like he
Sometimes
has
they're
like
high,
a
sometimes
big
they're low,
hickey
sometimes
or
they're high, sometimes
something.
they're low. So it's not even sure
Giant
when
red
to buy.
splotch in
I
his
think at one
neck.
point someone said I could have got the same PC for
Maybe a
like
vampire did
$1,300,
it like
and
bite
now
him.
the prices are skyrocketing again apparently. So I can't really do much about that. That's just the weird market for PC components.
Well,
at this
maybe you
point,
should have.
Okay.
Maybe you should have like swooped in and grabbed PC parts when the prices actually dropped. Then Phil.
So now, right? I'm in a situation. The last 2 years, I keep looking for opportunities when maybe I could do it, and there's been a couple opportunities. Last year was just absolutely fucking ridiculous for me. Okay, last year, within a few months span, just so everyone knows, I had some things going on behind the scenes, like health issues and other things
that cost me a lot of money. You guys don't know about them. It's none of your business. It's not something that's going to be disclosed. But I had things that cost me a lot of money out of nowhere, unexpected. It sucks, but it's like,
I suspect it might be like Cat might be having some health issues or something, possibly.
That, no lie, cost me around $600+ because it was not just the tire, but the whole wheel assembly.
Oh my god, the fucking tire!
In a quick time frame because my wife had to get to work and stuff. So it
yeah,
was a
I know, Newt. It's
freaking
insane. Like literally the only thing he needs is like a up-to-date modern PC so that he could play games and stream on. He doesn't technically need a PS5. He doesn't need an Xbox Series X for his business. He just needs a new PC. And the fact that he's been holding off for like 3 or 4 years now, when he makes over 1,000K, 100,000 a year, 100,000 a year, 100,000 a year, and he can't afford $2,000 or $3,000 to get an actual decent fucking computer is insane. When literally it's a business expense that he would be able to write off for his taxes, and that's really the only real thing he needs for his fucking job. His job is a fucking PC, and the fact that he just won't do it, like, I would be happy to upgrade my PC if I could. If I had the money, I totally would do it, but I don't have the money. Because some of us actually don't make $100,000 a year, Phil. I mean, my PC isn't that out of date either, though. It's, I would just like to get a new graphics card. Or graphics card that could still fit my CPU. So I might need to upgrade both the CPU and the graphics card, I don't know, but currently I have a 1660 graphics card. AMD, NVIDIA, I think. And 32 gigs of RAM, so. I mean, it's not bad for what I like and what I use it, because again, I don't really play PC games that much anyway, but I can play quite a bit of different PC games, just not super top of the line, brand new, ultra HD 4K games. I can't do that though.
Right? Then my waste disposal in my sink broke. And I need that because we don't have a lot of trash removal here. I need that every day to get rid of food waste and stuff.
But I don't need the one thing that I actually need to do my job. I don't need that, but I need a shitty garbage disposal. No, you don't need a garbage disposal. Just throw the shit out. Go to the fucking dump once a week. How hard is that to go to the fucking dump, Phil? I have a dumpster that's part of my apartment complex, and we take that out at least more than once a week. How hard is that?
So I had to dump a lot of money on that. So essentially, I'm not even kidding you. Within like a 6-month time frame, when I looked like I was going to have money, I dropped thousands of dollars on unexpected shit.
I know I don't need it. I would just like it. It's a want. It's not a need at this point, yeah. But eventually I will.
That I had no idea was going to happen, okay? At this point, I'm sorry, but I'm tired of like thinking that I'm going to get into a lucky streak.
Although what I do need to do is clean out my PC because it's collecting a bit of dust, so I gotta need to.
I've been waiting
before
to get a new PC.
Before the fall, I'm going to take it outside and clear out a lot of the dust.
Some people have suggested, hey, why don't I
do
a fundraiser? Why don't I do a special marathon event? The whole idea is to raise money to buy a new PC. I could very well do that, and I'll even tell you as much right now.
You should do that.
I genuinely.
How many times has he done a fucking fundraiser for super frivolous bullshit that he ended up wasting that money on WW champions or wasting that money getting married? Because we all know firsthand that that money did not go to taxes. That money went to him getting married and flying across country to meet his parents. Oh, but they paid for the whole thing. Bullshit.
If I did that my viewers and supporters would come out and force and support it. I believe that because you guys are amazing. You guys are so supportive and helpful every time. Like
he says it. He says it like his fans and viewers don't normally give him money anyway. Like they give you like the only money you ever make is from this small handful of actual fans and whales that you have, Phil. So if they gave you extra money for the marathon, like, it's all coming from the same fucking place no matter what. It's the same money you use to buy your groceries and this and that. It's all coming from the same 4 fucking morons, Phil.
Like this,
You guys help so much. I guarantee you guys would do that for me. I know that. But I also know you guys aren't rich, you know? So what would end up happening, at least I feel, is this. I would do...
Yeah, it would probably be better if you were actually like a shill and actually had sponsorships and shit. So you're not taking the same money from the same 4 or 5 fucking dents all the time, dumbass.
a marathon. People would support it. I would get enough money for a PC. And then here's what would happen. The entire next month, all of my streams would be slow and low on income because...
So what? So what? You would have the fucking PC. You would have not a future proof, but you would have an up-to-date modern PC, and you wouldn't have to worry about that, a new PC, for the next 4 or 5 fucking years, and you'd be good to go. But you can't handle having a slow month in the summer when things are normal. Like, things are naturally fucking slow in the summer for streamers and everyone in general anyway. Even if you have a real job, it's sometimes things are slow during the summertime, or they might cut hours or whatever, right? So who fucking cares if you have a bad month the next month or whatever? Well, it's not like you're playing any good fucking brand new games anyway, so fucking take the hit and upgrade your PC as it is now, and you'll just have to deal with only having DoorDash once a day instead of 2 or 3 times a day for once. Oh no.
You guys basically
Fucking
get generous to support the PC fund. You see? So that's the deal. Like, I feel like I've already, you know what do they say? You can't get blood out of a rock or something like that. There's a saying like that, right? And I feel like that's what it is. Like, basically, if I keep the path I'm going, right? I can't ask you guys for any more, but I keep getting into situations where I've been waiting. Okay,
maybe if you had a sponsorship.
Maybe now I'll save up and have enough, and then all that money keeps having.
He doesn't know how to save, though. That's the problem. Obviously, he's not willing to save for anything because we see how much he frivolously spends away. We see how much he's throwing away in WWE Champions all the goddamn time. He's dropped enough money in WWE Champions in less than 1 month that he could have used that money for a PC. Easily. He spent more than $3,000 a month on WWE Champions. He could have fucking easily held back and used that money to get a new fucking PC. But he fucking doesn't. Because he doesn't know how to fucking save. And he wants to get everything fucking free. So he wants his dumbass fans and dents. He wants one fucking whale to step up and be like, hey, DSP, here's a brand new free fucking PC. Even though fucking Review Tech USA offered him a brand new free fucking PC, and he refused to fucking take it because he's paranoid and he didn't want to owe Rich anything.
Right? So right now, I've come to the point where I don't think I can really wait much longer. As I said, this PC.
But that's the thing, New. He's like
it now has a fan.
Grade A shill. He'll shill anything
a giant
now.
Heatsink and 2 fans.
But he shills shit for free.
Died. The other fan is so fucking
like
loud.
The way he shills fucking Xbox and 360, or not 360. Fuck. The way he shills Xbox and Game Pass shit. And he doesn't get paid for that, but he still shills it.
That if I don't have my air conditioner on, I just hear it all day. I'm like, what the fuck? So obviously we're at a point where it's at its ends here, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I've decided. I sat down. I talked with my wife about it.
Oh my god!
Basically, over this summer, when there's a big dead time, no games. It's basically all of July and the whole first 3 weeks of August. There's like nothing going.
Keep in mind, I mean, obviously we all know what he's doing, but it would take less than a fucking day to switch out 2 PCs. Are you fucking serious? How long would it take to switch out one PC and put a second PC in? And it's like, you don't even have to transfer files back and forth. You would just take your... Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry. You would just take your old HD hard drive and pop it in the new fucking PC. That's all you have to do. You don't have to bother transferring files back and forth. You just take the old hard drive out and put it in the new computer. This is not a multi-day, week-long fucking project, Phil.
Going on with games.
Jesus
it's dead,
Christ.
Okay. Once you get to like Black Myth Wukong and games like that,
I'm
then
sure
all of a
Raid
sudden it
Shadow
kicks up to
Legends
August,
would have
September, October, it gets
before,
exciting
but probably not anymore.
during
No.
that lower time, all right, I am going to migrate my setup from my 10-year-old PC to my wife's PC that sits in that room over there completely unused. That PC has been sitting there now for several years, basically never used. When my wife first moved in with me, she was an avid PC gamer. She played games like Overwatch and a couple other things on there she really liked. But since then, she's migrated to console. She absolutely loves the Xbox Series S, and
She migrated to console because he cluttered her quote-unquote office with so much bullshit and garbage that she can't even get into that goddamn office because he put so much fucking bullshit and garbage in that office. So she had no choice but to migrate to console and play games and shit downstairs. Because he wouldn't let her use that room because he kept putting more and more garbage in there.
talking about getting long-term a PS5. She plays games in the living room. It's a better setup in the living room, by the way, than sitting there at the PC playing all day. So that PC is just sitting there unused. That PC is a 2017
What a
PC.
fucking boomer.
So it's at least 3+ more years more modern than this one was. It has Windows 10. I believe it has USB 3.1. It basically has better components. Now, exactly
What's the graphics card in it?
Is in there, I don't know yet. What I'm going to do is once we get through this right now, this big chunk of stuff.
Phil
that we're
is.
doing,
Phil
right? 'Cause
100%
right now we
is a
have,
hoarder.
The Wakes that Eat, the Elden Ring DLC, right? Then we have Bison and Street Fighter 6, correct? We got all that stuff to get through, right? And then once we get through all of that stuff, all right, then once we get to the slower times of the summer, maybe mid to late July into early August, I'm going to set a time frame that I'm going to do a migration. I'm going to migrate all my shit, my setup from this PC to her PC. Like the
Keep in mind, he doesn't have any like scenes set up in OBS. He doesn't have any of the like. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of scenes in my OBS that much. I just have like my picture and like I have more shit than he does, but still, like he doesn't have any scenes. He doesn't have any like pre-set up fucking slides or anything like that. Nothing fancy like that at all that would have to like be moved from one PC to the other. Like it's not that fucking hard, Phil. It really is
I'll
not.
have two PCs sitting in here for a few days as I do this migration, switching back and forth between. I got to do a big.
Yeah, we have seen the other. We have had two apartment house tours of this place, but they were kind of like closer to when when he first moved in there, so there's no real telling how they look now. Yeah, that's that dumbass little frame with the lightning around it. He has to move that, and that's gonna be a week-long process, don't you know? It's so hard to get that little overlay for his fucking webcam that has little fucking lightning on it. Oh my god. It's so hard. You can't just put it on a thumb drive, put that shit on there, and move it over to your OBS on the other one. Not to mention the fact that, like, you have a profile, like, thing on OBS that you could sign into. I don't know if it carries shit over like that if you sign into one and have all your shit on there, and then you, like, install OBS on a different computer, and if it'll keep the same shit or not. I don't know how that works, but it's not that hard.
Backup of all my settings in OBS and load it into the new one. I got to migrate all my file systems over. I got to get all the
file
components have
systems
to start working with this new PC.
What?
All right. And since the new PC undoubtedly is going to be stronger than mine, maybe I could actually eventually do better stuff. Could I actually do even better quality in my videos and stream? Yes, maybe.
Nope. I think. Hold on. No, I'm gonna keep playing this while I look up it somewhere else off.
But I do other things. I don't know. It depends. We won't know until we migrate over. The truth is, just having a modern operating system right out of the box, I'm going to be able to do things like use the Steam Deck that I have had. Excuse me, the Stream Deck that I have had donated by a fan. A fan donated that out of the blue without asking. I didn't even know what it was. They just sent it to me like 3+ years ago. Here, have a Stream Deck. Okay, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, this looks amazing. Buttons right here, I could push buttons and have it jump
You never
around
used it.
and do cool stuff. That's neat. Oh, only works with Windows 10 and above. So I can't use it with my PC, and it's sat in its box unused for 3 years. Right? Just shit like that, right? So that's going to be neat. That over the summer, it really is looking like we're going to have this project where maybe for like a week, the streams are going to be a little bit more sporadic because I'm going to be doing time migrating over to a new PC, doing all this work, setting it up and stuff like that. We'll probably have test streams where I actually like, oh, here's my first stream on it. We're going to set it up, try to get the settings working, troubleshoot shit that's going wrong because you know shit's going to go wrong. Half my setup probably ain't going to work. You have to understand something. All this stuff that I've been doing is hundreds of files. I have all these different backgrounds, or borders, I should say. All these different, you know, transitions, these fucking, you know, the leaderboard stuff and all that. It's all different files all over my PC. I have to find where all that shit is, and I have to find a way to transfer that from the one PC to the other. Right? Likely what I'm going to do is use external hard drives. I'm going to have to use some of these external hard drives that I used to use to back up my files, and I'm going to use that to just toss all those files on one and then get it migrated and loaded right into the hard drive of the other, you know, and go from there. Also, there's the whole idea that I don't know the hard drive system of my wife's PC, so I don't know if there's like a separate hard drive with good storage to store files on, like my videos and shit. I don't know.
Where'd you get this PC from?
I have to go boot that thing up, get logged into it, do a good reading of all the stats, right? Try to figure it all out.
My wife.
And go from there. I may have to actually do some upgrades or I don't know, but definitely using that PC is a good idea. Number one, I'll have a more modern PC running on a modern operating system. It immediately solves a lot of problems. I can update all my shit and everything, right? Which I haven't been able to do on this PC in ages. Likely better capturing and all of.
Hold on, I'm struggling trying to find this. Actually, let me hold on.
Is from our boy DSP here. So this is
hold on one second, guys. I don't want to. 1 second. Nope, that's not him. Trying to find his Instagram. 1 second, sorry. That's not. Where is his? What the fuck was his Instagram? I know he has a picture of his wife's PC somewhere. Was this it? Okay, this is it. Right. All right. I think we're good to go. All right. Back here. All right. So we're on his fucking Instagram, and we gotta go a ways back, I'm sure. So let's go down this really quick. I apologize. I was trying to find something and I couldn't. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. There was nothing there. So these are all obviously older pictures already. He stopped using Instagram a while ago. Oh, it's Jasper, guys. Look at fucking Jasper, my shitty ass sauce. And oh, look, we went to the fucking zoo, guys. You know how much he fucking loves the goddamn zoo. Oh, look, we're married. This was when he actually went to his parents. So this is one of his mother's cats. And yeah, they're at the thing. Here it is. So this is the bitch's. This is her PC. Let me see. Was there another picture that showed it off or no? But yeah, this is her PC. So yeah, it does look like a pretty somewhat decent PC. I don't know what the actual. I don't know what the actual graphics card is. I'm just laughing at this tiny ass little baby monitor that she has though. Like you got this like massive fucking monitor PC case here, right? This massive PC case. Got this itty bitty little baby monitor here though. Does it show any more of that? Look at this nasty ass Thanksgiving dinner. Ugh. So fucking. Ugh. DSP, get a job. Like, why is he just taking pictures of his fucking TV? Like, what? Who wants to fucking see pictures of his fucking TV, man? Oh, look, I'm showing off my fucking Blu-rays. Uncle fucking Buck, Jesus. Another picture of Cat's PC. What game is that? Some first-person shooter with a claw. But this is her office, right? And this is the office that he apparently fucking, like, he made this office so cluttered with shit that she can't even get into it anymore. But you're seeing how often she actually was using it when she first got there, right? Oh, look, it's a squirrel, honey. We got our little feeder in the back. Oh, this is when he took the stupid, like, what was it, New Year's or birthday celebrations he took down? Oh my gosh. Is more of his nasty ass fucking meatballs and sauce. Like, why would you post this? Why do you think this looks good? It doesn't. Oh my god. There we go. It actually shows the thing. So this is her PC. Let me save this for later. Oh, can't. I'll just keep it up for now. I'll take care of it later. My girlfriend's computed is way cooler looking than mine, dude. Okay. Computed. You got me caught. You got caught fapping on stream again. I was watching your PUBG stream. Okay. Maybe you should seriously upgrade. They were telling you this back then. However long ago 331 weeks ago was. Phil, that was 331 weeks ago. How many years ago is that? Okay. But yeah, like, oh yeah, the monitor might have got a little bit bigger, but that's still a tiny ass fucking monitor. Shitty ass fucking computer does too. I hate those. You gotta have his gin and tonic here though. Gotta love that. Fucking gin and tonic just sitting here chilling. But yeah, obviously his wife's PC is gonna be better than. Is this just a piece of cardboard he has on the floor here? Yeah, it's a really cheap ass monitor for sure, but. Yeah, this is just a piece of fucking cardboard he has laying on the floor here to put the PC on. Oh my god. I mean, I get it, you don't want it on carpet, but you don't have anything better to put it on that makes it look better than a fucking piece of cardboard? Why are you showing this off? Jesus. Where was I? So yeah, that's the PC he's gonna steal from Kat, basically. But that's after he cluttered that fucking room so goddamn much that she can't even use that PC anymore.
That, right? And
maybe it was all like a work in progress, and he knew what he was doing. He was playing 4D chess and knew that if he cluttered that room, she wouldn't use that PC anymore, and he could
higher
steal
quality and use NVIDIA broadcast for more improvements. Exactly. Like, I don't know what's in there. Won't know till I actually get in there and I take a look at all the stats. But I think that's a better option than me sitting around like an idiot. Well, maybe this will be the year that a bunch of random shit doesn't come up and I have money to finally buy a new PC. I mean, it's been 3 straight years where I've been waiting.
and it still hasn't happened at this point, I think I'd be an ignorant idiot to think that. So this will be the year with their magic rainbow will lead to
You
the pot
are
of
an
gold,
ignorant
and
idiot.
The fucking leprechaun
Which
will
is
come
a
out covered in 4-leaf clover,
oxymoron,
riding a
but
unicorn saying, "Hey Phil, here's some money for a PC." Right? Like it just hasn't happened. Right? So I don't think it's going to happen. All right. So I think it's time. Now here's the thing. Once I'm using a different PC, now we're in a whole different world.
no, we're not.
What is
Keep in mind how many times he said that it was disrespectful for streamers to play games on their PC for an audience. He said this. He said that it is disrespectful for a streamer to stream PC games. And now over here it's like, well, once I get this new PC, I can play this, and I can play this, and I can play all these PC games, and it'll be amazing. All these false promises. What, are you gonna bring up the fucking green screen again bullshit? Because he's been fucking hyping up a green screen for like decades now to his audience and never does it.
Available, what is viable for certain various different things. PC gaming, among other things. I don't know.
No,
right?
you're not
But
going to play
I
PC
just need
games.
to get off this
And
PC.
I highly doubt that his wife's PC is going to be strong enough to stream, record, and play games all at the same time. He probably can't do all three of those. Because he doesn't really have to record these streams. He could just stream it and play a game. He doesn't have to record. And then he could, if he really has to, he could private the stream and then download it and cut it up into pieces and upload it that way. He could do that. He doesn't have to click start record, stop record, start record. He doesn't have to do that shit. But of course, he doesn't have a video editor anymore, guys, even though there's free ones that he could use. DaVinci works just fine, Phil. It's totally free. It doesn't leave a watermark. It works great. I use it all the time.
PC. Not to say that this PC is dying and it's on its last legs. It looks like it's about to explode. That's not the case. But it's definitely got things going wrong.
But you said it was going to explode.
Transitioned over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, can't scrape $2,000
okay.
$2,000 together in like 3 or 4 years. It's crazy.
In 3 years, there hasn't been enough time to be able to save up. Life is mental. I'm not kidding you. I keep being in a position where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have this extra money. We're gonna be able to do it, and then something happens. It's happened like 10 times. It's fucking ridiculous at this point.
Because your wife keeps breaking shit. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She'll break the vacuum. She broke the wheel off your car. She breaks everything. Oh, fill up. I think I broke the shower. Fill up. I think I broke the garbage disposal again. Just tell this bitch to stop touching stuff.
You know, and every time it's like, all right, we're going to get past this one. Don't worry. We're going to get past this one. Don't worry. And then it's on to the next bullshit thing. And you guys...
Probably because you're not actually paying for your taxes like you should be.
You know about the tire. You know about the waste disposal. Now just double that, right? And each one of those occurrences is like a $500+ occurrence, essentially. Just multiply that by 2 to 3, and you'll know exactly what I actually go through.
Because every time something big happened, something big happened to him, he would always round up to about $1,000, even though it should never cost nowhere near $1,000. But because Phil gets scammed all the fucking time, this man gets scammed. He's like, you think he's a good beggar or scammer? No. He is the perfect mark for scammers. Like, he didn't want to wait and shop around for a tire or the wheel bearing thing. He literally went to the first place he could, and they told him an outrageous price that wasn't a good price. And he's like, yep, let's do it. Didn't shop around or nothing.
Here in my life. It's insane the amount of shit that I go through. But it's life. When you're an adult, you got to face this shit. You know, it's going to happen. But it just sucks that it's preventing me from getting to the next level of my content. I'm still running on outdated shit, right? Like right now, my preview window of my OBS is choppy as shit. Now, I know my video and stream don't chop, but the preview window is choppy for literally no reason. It's probably my PC setup, right? Like it's outdated, you know. I'm only using 36% of my CPU. Why is my video setup choppy in OBS right now? And I say to you guys,
Because you're streaming and recording at the same time, that takes up a lot of memory, Phil. It's probably it's not his CPU that's overheating. It's probably the fucking memory. His RAM is probably overworking. He's probably overworking his fucking RAM.
Is everything okay with the stream? Because it just looks so choppy. And you guys are like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, well, I wish I could see that on my own fucking setup, but I can't. It looks like shit.
Looks fine on my end. What do you say is
So anyway, fucking setup because it just looks so choppy. You guys, hey, our video setup choppy and I'm only using 36% of my CPU.
36 is a lot of fucking CPU usage. What is mine at? Mine's at 20 CPU usage. Oh, it's going down now. 17%. Never mind, it's at 17% CPU usage. And I have a shitload of tabs on my browser open though. So, I mean, that's probably why too. But my memory is really high because, again, I have a lot of tabs open that I'm still working on taking care of. So, yeah. Probably not a CPU that's a problem.
Why is my video set up choppy in OBS right now? And I say to you guys, hey, is everything okay with the stream? Because
it's probably a memory, Phil.
Like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, well, I wish I could see
just
that
like in real life, your memory is shit.
It looks like shit. So anyway, yeah, so this is coming, inevitable, over the course of this summer, probably late July into early August. There will be some time when I'm not going to be able to do as regular streaming. Instead, I'm going to be doing this big migration from this PC, Cat's PC. We'll see what it is. What I'm going to do one day is go in there, boot it up, log in, do all the stats, like record all the stats of all the hardware. Here's the hardware. Let's see what capabilities possibly I could actually do with this summer.
Oh my God.
And then it's going to be a matter of getting it over here, getting it working. And there's this big file migration, right?
Oh my God.
But I got to, at this point, I got to get it done. I have to. I can't be using the same.
He's making it seem like it's this massive process that's going to take weeks upon weeks to do. I'm like, you literally don't even have to move your files around. You just like take out your hard drive and plug it into the new one. How hard is this? It's not hard.
For so long. I mean, it's going to be, seriously, we should have like a salute funeral. Press F to pay respects for this PC. This
oh
is
my
absolutely,
God.
Positively.
Absolutely, positively.
I've ever used a PC.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
I've never had a PC for 10 years that I've used. That's
keep in mind that like he's using this PC. He has his wife's PC in the other room, but he also has his old ass PC in the closet still. The PC that he used before this one that he's currently using is still in the closet and it still works. But he won't take the parts out of that and try to like add it to his, try to like get more memory or anything like that. He won't do that though. Or use a hard drive in it or something like, no, of course not. But he still has a working one in his closet.
Insane. I've never, just think about that. Back in the day, every few years you need to upgrade or use a new PC. I just used the PC for 10 years for work. 10 years straight. You tell me that you use
I mean, you really don't have to use a PC you don't have to buy a brand new PC every 3 or 4 years. You really don't have to, as long as you like, not really future proofing, but like if you buy a decent enough PC, right, that it'll last a while longer than that.
Piece of equipment 10 years straight for your job and you never had to fucking upgrade it. Any piece of equipment.
Yeah, because it's for your job. If you were relying on this thing to make an income, to like make yourself fucking money so you don't go broke and like homeless, most people would have updated it before this point, dumbass.
It's just wild that I was able to do that with this PC. And it's just hilarious because the day I bought it, I was told it was a lemon. No, this is actually the best PC I've ever had, by far. I'm so happy with it.
Oh, we're retconning the whole lemon thing that he himself called it a lemon.
Now I've got to move on, but you know, you got to at some point. You got to move on.
Oh my God,
right?
just get Windows 10 already.
So, that's right.
By the time he gets Windows 10, Windows is going to stop supporting Windows 10, and all of us will already have moved on to Windows 11 because Windows will stop supporting Windows 10. So as soon as he gets on Windows 10, they'll stop supporting it, and everyone else will be on Windows 11 already. Because I heard that like in the next couple years they're gonna stop supporting Windows 10. So like, but he'll just finally he'll just get on Windows 10, and then in the next couple months they'll stop fucking supporting Windows 10. That's what's gonna fucking happen. And it's gonna be hilarious.
We're gonna party. The funeral send off.
It'll be like Perry with Smash the Microwave, where it's like finally after he transfers everything over, then he can smash that PC with like a baseball bat or something.
10-year beast of a PC.
But he won't do anything that fun.
On to the future, right? It's funny too because like Cat's PC looks way better than this one. It's just got like a nice case and everything to it. Like it's fancy looking.
It's like a real
so
PC
and nice compared to mine. Mine's just like this big black beast of a fucking box that looks like shit.
It's not a beast though of a PC.
That case, the only reason I bought that case is because it was the one that everything that I wanted would fit in it. That's the only reason. Like I don't like that case. That case is just a big black fucking.
You could have shopped around and found a different case that fit everything. Oh my god.
The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to
Shout
the
out to
army.
hate.
This man is insane.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Insane.
Boy, oh boy, am I glad that I am a variety content creator. What I mean by that is I don't section myself off to being known for only making one particular
More
style of
cope
content.
over here right away.
I'm very,
more cope.
very happy about that. Because if I was only a fighting game streamer, or I was only an FPS guy, or I was only an RPG guy,
Like
or a Dark Souls guy, right?
99.9% of streamers are variety streamers, by the way.
Such
Like
a
almost
bad time playing one style of
almost
game,
no
and I would get so
streamer
burned out,
is like
and I would get so frustrated
devoted
that I would
only
probably
to
hate my
one
life.
genre
Be
of
honest,
games.
You know, I'm glad that way back when I started on YouTube, long time ago, I had that foresight to say, you know, I could be a specialist. I had the opportunity to do it. With
No,
the
you
burgeoning
didn't.
Popularity of Street Fighter 4. I said, oh, I could do this.
You
I could
weren't
get into
good
competitive fighting games
enough.
and be known for it on YouTube and all of that. But I decided to do something different. I decided to say, no, I'm going to branch out and diversify, and I'm going to do a lot of stuff. They say the jack of all
These
trades is the master
delusions
of none.
are so insane,
Because
man.
I have done that, I have had longevity. Here I am 16 years later. I'm
Hey,
still playing a
longevity
wide
is
variety of stuff.
crazy.
I'm still having a great time every day, and I'm not feeling burnout. Okay? Case in point. Recently, I'm trying to get into Street Fighter 6 at a higher level than I've ever played it before because I found a way to eliminate my input lag.
Oh my god, fuck off. Pause for a second, please. Oh my god. Phil, I thought you said there was no stakes. I thought you said you weren't playing this game competitively. How many times has he said he's not a competitive player? No matter what he does, he'll never be a competitive player. And like, oh, there's no stakes whatsoever, no matter what he plays in Street Fighter 6 or how good he plays, he's not a competitive player. All this fucking bullshit. But now he's like, again, boasting about his fucking supposed success in Street Fighter 6 again. I'm like, and then it's like, you clearly have, like, he clearly didn't really do anything. He didn't really fix the input lag or whatever the fuck bullshit he loves to pretend that he did. He didn't fix anything like that, right? So obviously, he didn't improve everything. And if he actually fixed something, he would be winning more often, you would think. But he isn't. He's still getting his ass kicked all the fucking time. So clearly he didn't improve the input lag or whatever the fuck he's claiming all the time. And like, that just eliminated one of the many excuses that he has. So he'll just make up a different excuse then.
I was having with the online play, right? But I'm finding as I play at this master level without those issues that it's a challenging and arduous task. I'm not investing as much time and effort into it as others who are playing Street Fighter competitively. So because of that, I'm kind of like playing catch up, and it's very difficult, especially with the character selection that I use. My main characters are not exactly the best in the game. So it's tough.
So pick different characters then, Phil. I mean, if you are over here actually going to try to pretend to be a competitive player and everything, then theoretically you would pick actual competent, good characters to use and not bottom of the barrel characters that you claim to use. Even though I'm pretty sure Blanca is like mid to high tier, pretty sure, but
okay. So this week, you know, trying to play with characters such as Dalsim and Lily has been very frustrating. And I get really agitated. My adrenaline gets pumping, you know, stress levels are up, blood pressure's up when I play this game, which is fine. It's competitive. But at the same time, I find myself sometimes just having a bad time. Like, I played with Lily the other night. I legit, at the end of the night, was, like, upset. I was like, man, I feel like I just wasted my night. I didn't make any progress.
And this is him playing on casual, by the way. On casual, because he refuses to fucking go to ranked. Refuses to go to ranked now. Because once he gets a character into ranked, he'll never play that fucking character again. Or he'll just mess around on casual. He won't play it in ranked, though, anymore. So yeah, no, it's all on casual. There's no stakes, because remember, he said there's no stakes in anything he plays.
I don't feel like I learned real much of anything.
You never learn anything,
It just seems like a
Phil.
losing battle
Shut
with this
up.
character. But then yesterday, right? Guess what? I didn't have to play Street Fighter. I didn't have to think about the stress of any of that, right?
Oh,
Instead,
it's so
I
stressful.
got to play 2 very chill games. Now, here's the thing about me being a variety creator. There are times when I play something and it will get a lot of attention. There are also times when I will play something and it will only matter to my very core audience and no one else will give a crap, right? It's true. So, for example, if I play Soulsborne games or Souls-likes, typically that's going to get good attention, right? Take a look at Another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah. Oh, so typically it'll get a lot of attention, even though he's purposely skipped at least 2, if not more, Souls-like type of games. He skipped Stellar Blade, he skipped Code Vein, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other ones that he also skipped along the way that he refuses to play. And besides A Crab's Treasure, which he only played because it was free on Game Pass, by the way. So we only played A Crab's Treasure because it was free in Game Pass. But besides from that game, he will only play official FromSoft Souls-like games. He refuses to play any of these spin-off or Souls-like type of games. He will only play like FromSoft Souls games.
Lies of P, Elden Ring, all those things that I've done recently. Typically, those streams get great attendance. They get good support. Viewership is decent, right? Even on the on-demand videos. That's because they're ultra-difficult games, and people enjoy seeing me suffer, but then overcome.
But I thought you said people were assholes if they enjoy seeing you suffer, Phil. You have said this. Phil, you have said that shit. I reacted to it. You have said, oh, you're an asshole if you enjoy watching me suffer. Which is it, Phil? Which one is it? If I wasn't so fucking tired, I would try to find that fucking clip myself, but I don't feel like it. But we all know what he said. We all seen that clip. I'm sure you've seen it. Come on, Phil. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have like shit on people for enjoying seeing you suffer and then try to promote that as a good thing that your fans enjoy doing. You can't have both.
Okay? Typically, if I'm playing something competitively, whether that be a Street Fighter game or another fighting game, whether that be a first-person shooter like Call of Duty, all that kind of stuff, online multiplayer, typically, that gets good attention and good, you know, people excited for it. Not always. For example, when I tried playing Multiverses, no one cared. But generally,
because the game sucks.
Those games, right, will get people excited. Okay? And of course, anytime there's a large-scale AAA release, notably if it's like a horror game, but other AAA games as well, to see me jump in and see my opinion on a big release that everyone is playing, that also gets people excited. Usually, generally, you'll see more people on stream, more people watching the videos on demand, more engagement, meaning more likes.
Not the Wakes the Deep game. Not a lot of games he's been playing recently hasn't actually been getting a whole lot of traction
on the videos, more likes on the streams, more comments on the videos, more people just excited to engage, correct? Now, when I do chill gameplay, right, an ongoing playthrough where essentially it's meant to kind of be more relaxing, there isn't that level of skill required to really excel in the game. A lot of the time,
he doesn't have any skill.
Are straight up called chill streams, meaning, hey, come by and hang out with me. We'll have conversation that's not even necessarily related to the game, and that's fine because that's the whole point. It's more of like a hangout session. Typically,
you still shit on them for asking you questions or chilling with you.
Support.
So it's a chill stream, but you shit on them for talking amongst themselves about something other than the game, right? Because anytime anyone in his like fucking chat that's talking about anything other than the game is derailing and they're a fucking troll and they should fucking get blocked or banned or whatever for fucking daring to mention anything other than Phil and the game that he's playing.
Excuse me, less engagement is what I meant to say. Less engagement, meaning less people coming by, watching, and or liking, etc. But when it comes to the people who do attend that content, it's usually a core audience of people who really like me for me. Rather than coming for the game, you're coming to hang out with me, correct?
But
And
no
because
one
of
likes
that,
you, Phil.
Those streams actually get pretty decent support, and they do well.
The only people that like you is OIC and fucking Derek, who's a pedophile. And that's basically it.
Just a good vibe on this channel, right? And I wonder how many content creators out there kind of get themselves pigeonholed into a certain style of stuff, and they get that rhythm going, which is fine.
Oh my god,
but then
he's
everything kind of feels
rocking
samey,
so much.
right? Like, for example, the vibe when you're on my stream playing Street Fighter 6 versus the vibe when I last night was playing Stardew Valley, you would think it's two completely different people streaming. And I know that. That is a completely different vibe. And
No,
one,
you're still
I'm ultra
shitty no
serious,
matter which game it
hyper-focused on the
is.
game. I'm reveling in my wins. I'm getting very upset at my losses, and it's just like tense, but it's exciting if you like competition, correct?
But he's not a competitive player. There's no stakes involved, Phil. Stakes. There's no stakes involved. He got all super pissed off because people spamming the stake emoji in his chat. Thought there was no stakes involved, Phil. Not a competitive player, though, huh?
Me playing Stardew Valley. It's like, wow, we're laid back. We're relaxed. There is no pressure, right? At all. To really worry about major progress, but I'm chilling. I'm gelling with the audience. I'm like, hey,
I'm
what are some
gelling.
suggestions of what I should be doing right now?
Are
right?
you
Should I be
gelling,
farming? Should I be
guys?
fishing? Should I go buy something? Should I try to gift stuff to townspeople? What should I do? And people are all throwing out their different opinions, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, then he accidentally gifted a gift to one of the guys. I think it was Sebastian or whoever.
And I'm like, this is great. Now, again, here's the thing. Last night, we didn't have many people on the stream when it comes to, like, comparison to normal streams. I think the highest I had yesterday was, like, 270 people, and the lowest was, like, 150. Like, I mean, that's low for any stream, correct? But
Not really. I mean, that's pretty fucking good numbers. No, so that amount of people is low for a channel that has 200,000 subs. That is low for a channel like that. But to a normal streamer who is playing games that doesn't have that sub count, that's still a pretty good turnout. And you're lucky if you got that. Like, I mean, to be fair, most of those are probably bots or whatever. But still, I mean, that's a decent amount of fucking people watching your stream. Like, that's like, if assuming they're all legit people, legit views and not view bots or whatever, right? That's like 200 something people that decided to sit down and watch your shitty content, Phil. That's a lot of people. But no, he says that's a shitty number and that, like, he should be doing better than that and that's not good enough and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you should be grateful you're getting anyone watching your shit, to be honest, because your shit is so fucking boring.
that audience that was there.
Because I can't
was
watch
very
his shit
engaged.
without a
They
filter.
loved the stream. They were hanging out, having a great time. And if you can believe it, it was super well supported for a stream. And I'm like, it's weird because you would think, oh, it's generally those games that will bring more people to watch that would be the most successful. And in reality, that's not always the case. It's kind of the opposite sometimes, right? Like, sometimes I'm playing Street Fighter and there's almost no support. And it's like, well, I don't get it. We have a lot of viewers here. It's because people are there for various different reasons, right? Just because someone is there to watch doesn't necessarily mean they have the best of intentions watching, you know? And this is something that I've noticed generally on my content.
Well, he had one good stream of Stardew Valley where, like, two dents were, like, competing with each other to give him money or something like that for some fucking reason. And so he's basing the entire thing off of one good stream where he got decent tips. But yeah, he still needs to be handheld during fucking Stardew Valley because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
In the last year, around middle of last year, 2023, all of a sudden my viewership on DSPGaming tanked out of nowhere, inexplicably. You can look at the chart and you can see all of a sudden it goes zoop like this. You're like, what the fuck happened?
It was probably because you're a fucking dumbass and you kept deleting your pre-stream podcast bullshit videos. Like, if the YouTube algorithm sees that you're mass deleting a bunch of fucking videos, they're gonna, like, yeah, you're gonna lose viewership on that, Phil. And you did that multiple times. You have deleted en masse a lot of videos. So that was probably one of them, dummy.
Why all of a sudden would I have lost a large chunk of viewership out of nowhere? But here's the very weird thing about that.
Because you keep telling them to go fuck themselves, and if you don't like what the game I'm playing, to go watch Duty or whoever. That's why. You're constantly pushing your own viewers away from you. You're telling them to go watch Detractors, Phil, and then you are butthurt and scared and wondering why your views are dropping when they listen to you and they go watch us instead. Because you were telling them to go watch fucking Duty or whoever.
Okay.
You're telling them to go fuck themselves because they don't like that game.
My ad revenue remains the same, right? The amount of super chats, memberships, all of that, pretty much the same. Tips remain the same. So what that tells me is that probably, once again, something changed with the YouTube algorithm about a year ago.
Oh, it's all YouTube's fault, right?
A lot of my
It's not
content
his
out.
fault, I forgot.
Likely, it's the legacy content stuff, but it also probably is some of the new stuff too, where for some reason my stuff just doesn't show up in YouTube search or doesn't get recommended or whatever it may be. So I don't get those outside eyes on my content anymore. But the weird part about that is, how did I not lose any revenue whatsoever? Right? Because you would panic if you saw something like that. You'd be like, oh my God, the sky is falling. But I didn't say anything.
You would, like a normal person would panic, but see, you beg all the time. There's a big difference because your entire revenue for the month is not based on views, monetary views from YouTube. What am I saying? Your revenue that you make from this quote unquote job is based on you begging people for money. Ergo, it doesn't matter how many views you do or do not have, because the same amount of fucking people are giving you money regardless on if your views are good or bad. So it doesn't fucking matter if your views are good or bad, because you're constantly begging the same fucking 4 or 5 people to keep giving you money over and over and over again. So of course your money is not going to drop because your views go down when you're fucking begging people all the time for fucking money.
Anything about it publicly, because I was looking at all my stats and I was like, they're not effective.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I know it's not hard
gamer,
or complicated, but he's kind of a retard, so it's like, even with like, even retards like fucking, even fucking retards like Stardew Valley, so I don't know. He's just a very special boy, okay?
My hobby, I still had people coming by every day and hanging out with me and having a good time. There's nothing wrong there. And on a business side, I was still making the money that I was making and nothing changed. So I was like scratching my head, how could this be possible? And all that tells me is that YouTube has this like installed viewer base of people who maybe just casually watch it, but they probably got things like ad block on, right? Or it could be malicious viewers coming just to be stupid and they never would contribute or support at all. They're just there to make fun. And at some point they just realized, you know, watching my stuff raw or whatever wasn't fun to them. They probably went off to watch Detractor shit or something. Who knows, right? But it was so...
Oh, you mean the thing you've told your fans to do, right? Because you, multiple times, have told your actual viewers and fans to go watch Duty streams or any other Detractor. That if you don't like what I'm playing, shut the fuck up and go watch someone else play it. You have said this so many fucking times over the course of many, many years, and they're finally listening to you and doing what you asked them to do, and now you're over here fucking wondering why your views are going down.
Weird to me that happened, and now, because I used to always get like 1,000 views on every video I uploaded, and now some videos get like only 300 views, but I'm making the same amount of money. How the fuck does that make any sense? But is it cause for alarm? No. But again,
yeah, he probably was getting sub-botted before.
Situation to other
and then he
YouTubers.
stopped fucking bothering
I feel
with
like
it.
I'm in a situation where somehow I've been around for so long and I have dedicated viewers and followers and supporters. I don't have to really worry about that kind of fluctuation. It doesn't really have problems, you know, cross problems.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that shit when you're begging all the time. You kind of don't have to worry about it, huh? Because you're not banking on your income of old past views and ad revenue. You're banking more on tips.
But anyway, getting back to the point of yesterday, my God, yesterday was such a great streaming day. And here's the funny part. Views were lower on both streams. There were less viewers overall on both streams yesterday. The video.
So this moron's basically thinking like, oh, well, it was my goal the whole time to aim for less fans and less views, and I'm still being as float by it. So less views is gooder than me having a lot of views, guys.
That I've uploaded from yesterday. They don't have a lot of views right now at all, actually. All right, but I'm looking. I'm like,
yeah, because the content is boring.
Both streams had good support.
Oh my god.
You know, why do I?
Yeah, what he fails to mention is the support came from 1 or 2 people. It's not a bunch of different people donating small amounts of money here and there. It's literally like 1 or 2 people supporting.
I care, and that's a mentality that I feel like most YouTubers don't have. Most YouTubers are always about every day they got to pack as many butts in seats, get as many.
All right, Aaron, have fun with it. All right.
Like this, they're so worried about that shit every day.
Yeah, I know it's out already.
Like
I'm just not my type of game.
I'm kind of
happy. Have fun.
That I don't have to be worrying about that shit.
I'm actually probably going to end streaming after this video anyway. I'm getting kind of, I don't know. My throat's getting a little sore, so I might just stop talking and end it.
Just be more laid back and relaxed, and as long as we're all having a good time
yeah,
together,
you do have to dig for his actual videos, though.
I'm having a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not really concerned. That's a good thing. That makes me feel better. I was so stressed out over those last few days playing Street Fighter, and then I disconnected from Street Fighter for a day to do different stuff. It got less attention, but ended up being very successful, and I came back today feeling refreshed, feeling relaxed, feeling like, everything is kind of,
If you're stressing this much over Street Fighter, maybe you should stop playing it. Maybe you should actually take like a month-long break from playing Street Fighter and play something else. Oh wait, I forgot. He doesn't have any other games to play other than Street Fighter. He's literally relying on Street Fighter for most of his streams. Because he doesn't want to play any of the games that he skipped out on. He doesn't fucking want to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Much better, and I'm not like at my wit's end. I don't have to sit here ranting about Street Fighter 6 this morning, right? So I'm very happy with that. All right, and thank you, those of you who come by and hang out with me, no matter what I'm playing. I'm not saying I'm angry with people who only come by for certain kinds of games. Not at all. Couldn't be further from the truth. I'm happy that I have various audiences that come by to check out certain kinds of content. So, for example, there's some people that may just come by and watch Street Fighter. There may be people who just come by and watch Fallout. Maybe there's someone who just comes by and watches this and listens to this podcast. I just had someone this morning. He says, yeah, every day on my way to work, I listen to your podcast live. It's a great way to, enjoy the ride to work. And that's cool. I'm happy about that. That
poor guy.
Different aspects of my content.
Imagine heading to work and having to listen to this douchebag complain and whine and bitch about money and not getting enough money and how it's so hard to stay at home in your fucking PJs and do work all the day. And I work so hard, guys, as he's actually going to an actual 9-to-5 job.
But the only reason that's successful is because I made myself a variety creator rather than focus on one little thing that became my.
And he's acting like he purposely chose to do that and wasn't forced to be a variety streamer either.
So I'm happy for that.
This guy's delusional, man.
After having an incredibly stressful night,
you're delusional.
Completely change to a different tone, a different speed the next day. Slow things down, relax, have a great day overall, and then push forward and say, hey, I will be back to that stressful stuff later, and that's cool. There's a place and time for it, but now I can do different stuff, right?
All right, I think I'm done for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy this stream. I hope you have a great weekend coming up here. Try to stay cool because I know temperatures again are like record highs in some places. It's been really hot lately. So stay indoors, have the AC cranked all the way up, crack open a few beers maybe, hang out in a pool if you have one available, or a lake or something. Just jump in the nearest body of water, crack open a beer, maybe enjoy the Elden Ring DLC or whatever. And thanks for watching. Have a safe and happy weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.